dang, well, we didn't time that right because it's supposed to be like a 6-second intro and it's only 2 seconds and the commercial runs and then whatever. All right. Anyways, hey, what's going on? We've got a very interesting Star Wars Sunday for you. Apparently there's this thing called IG, and if you put a book on an IG, the people get really excited and they ask you a bunch of questions on IG, even though you don't check it. And then your buddies go, "Hey, dude, people are asking you questions," and you're like, "No." So we'll talk about that. Maybe a couple other things, tell you what the character is and where it came from. We also got the review for a book. I got it done. I don't want to give away no spoiler alert though, but
can Marco actually have something nice to say about George Mann? That's the real thing.
He's not the worst. He's not the worst. He's not the worst writer of Star Wars anymore. Let me put it that way. So we got that. We're also going to look. We're moving on after this week. This is going to be our last week of High Republic. I know we promised 2 more weeks of the High Republic market report, but I put it together today, and then I just started punching myself in the testicles, and I found it more fun to punch myself in the testicles. So we'll be moving away. I mean, it hurt less. We'll be moving away from the High Republic market report next week, but we have a new plan. Don't worry about it. We have a new plan. A lot of you've been DMing me a question. I do appreciate it. If you DM me like, "Hey, what do you think about this book?" and I don't get back to you, just remember I don't have like the whole Marco persona is not set up to my personal phone. So like I don't respond to anything off my personal phone, and I don't respond off my business phone. So it's only when I'm on this certain iPad. So when I get around to it, I do. I appreciate you, everybody that does. I try to get back to all your guys' questions and answers. So there you go. All right, let's get into it. Let's say hi to the chat. We're
going to talk about the greatest Star Wars comic of all time today with 3 words in it. Marco is so excited.
We need to go in the comments and find out whoever's been trolling me about Mimoka and tell me how I was wrong. We want that person's name because I'm going to put him on. I'm putting him on blast. I will be putting somebody. Hopefully, if we can get to it, I'll be putting somebody on blast. And Ruben, you better not. I will mute you, Ruben. Do not play today, Ruben. Especially with that book. That book, if you start messing around, there's an old saying, mess around and find out. You mess around with that book, you're going to find out. And by the way, for those people that don't know what we're talking about, in comics, you will. All right. Speaking of Ruben, there he is. Hey, Star Wars Sunday with the Dark Side crew always makes me want to call in sick to work. Can't wait to start. Yeah, you should call in sick, I think. Is this font different? Am I having a stroke?
What?
Is the font different or am I having a stroke?
Different to me, yes.
Yeah, okay.
You're having a stroke.
Right, good. Awesome. Tommy Longbox, Star Wars Sundays are not like a box of chocolate. I know exactly what I'm going to get. Give it to them strong, my friend. Cheers. Evening, gents. Dude, Tommy. By the way, Tommy had some funny stuff in the chat this week, in the DMs this week. Good job, Tommy. Evening, gents. Looking forward. My weekly dose of all things Star Wars. Cheers and peace. Cheers and peace to you too, Vader Prime. Thank you for that. GTK Comics. Thumbs up and high. Thumbs up and high. Thumbs up. All right, cool. Tomas. As usual, going to have to catch the rewind. No spoilers on the High Republic book. I'm only on chapter 11.
You might want to not watch that segment until you finish the book.
Okay, this is it. I'm going to Hey, listen to me right now. I'm chaptering it for you. So look at the chapters. I promise I'll chapter it at some point tomorrow. So if you're going to watch it in the rewind, you'll know where the chapter is. It's going to come right after Toys. So there you go. All right, Sticks. Sunday night Star Wars. Fun with books, comics, and the crew. Peace, love. Hey, good to see. Or peace and thumbs up.
I'm always surprised that Sticks, being the old man he is, can actually stay up this late.
I don't think he does. He passes out. I think it's like already set up there. What's up, D-Side? What's up, John? Saying hi for their algorithm. Thank you very much, Ed. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Hi, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Apple.
Gobble, gobble.
We have a lot of wild turkeys. What's the other thing? Basketball?
Oh, pies.
Pies.
Oh, pies.
Oh, are you rating Thanksgiving foods on Tack this week? Greatest Thanksgiving food?
I was going to, but then I heard that we've done it already like 2 years ago.
Cranberry sauce.
So probably not. I just I've gotten to a point now where I have learned one thing about Thanksgiving. Just bring your own gravy, because it doesn't matter where you eat Thanksgiving or how the food is there. If you have your own gravy, you can always just dump it on all that bullshit and it's going to taste like gravy.
It's all about the gravy.
It's all about the gravy. Hi. Can you do what you consider to be the top 10 High Republic keys, no matter if it's some rare variant? Okay, yeah, John, we could probably do that.
Yeah,
Not a bad idea. Write that one down.
Done with the whole thing, like doing a 10 keys type deal, but
send it to the DM. Send it to the DM so we can remember. But I'm not like I need to take a break because it's horrible play. Hey boys, hey Joe. What has Joe got? Oh, a little bit of Afro.
Yay.
A little bit of
we'll be talking about Afro in a little bit here.
What's that?
We'll be talking about Afro in a little bit here.
Bri J, what's up? Peace. Rock. I think this is Rock On Devils. Rock On. Maybe I don't know. Let's get it. All right, let's go. Yo, what's up, Dwayne Scott? How are you? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the news. Interesting news. We're gonna have a couple of things in there. Kind of nice.
We got some things to troll Dom this week. Don't worry.
What's up, Comic Chef?
Of course.
We'll get him going. We'll get him going.
Let's go.
Dom looks tired, so we gotta get him going tonight.
Yeah, after I got bit by a damn kid today. Let's get this on. Come on.
You got bit by a kid?
True story.
Yeah,
you better get rabies shots. You better get rabies shots, dude.
Yeah, some trespassers freaking trespassed to the hotel today. So I had to grab him and he bit me, but he didn't break skin on my finger. So
was he like a kid as in a ute? Or was he a kid as in a little kid?
He was a youth. He was like freaking 14 years old.
Okay, yeah, a ute.
And then he ran faster than Dom can run.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, 14-year-old me can beat 40-year-old me any day.
I'll tell you one thing.
Ain't no close.
Listen, Waveseeker saw him hanging, dangling, but to the batters of the staircase. It reminded of Lion King. So,
yeah, all right, fair.
All right, starting off the week.
I don't know what that means. Actually, I have no clue what you're saying.
Like,
no, I have no clue what you're saying at all. But I'll just say fair and move on. Okay.
So I'm starting to really hate this guy.
Yes.
Like, I didn't really know anything about him. I'm not, the Thor movie, the first one was fine. I didn't watch Love and Thunder because everybody said it wasn't good. But so this week, Taika Waititi comes out and talks about his Star Wars film. He says he's taking his good old time with it. He wants to get it right. But then he also says, but don't worry.
I think anybody cares.
My Star Wars movie is going to piss people off. Like, why would you say that?
Because that's what Disney and Kathleen Kennedy wants, to piss the fans off.
No,
do you think? No. Do you think he's doing? No. Do you think he's doing exactly what you're doing with the news right now? Trolling fucking people like Dom, because it is kind of funny.
I don't trust him. After Thor: Love and Thunder, I do not trust him. Don't want him to go near the Star Wars project. Get him out of here. Don't want him to go. We have enough bullshit. I don't need any more freaking bullshit. I'm sorry.
Giggles got him. Hey, this is what I'm gonna say. Who cares? If this guy might not, he doesn't have a film. What film does he have?
He had no film.
He doesn't even have a film. It came out like 2 months ago that he doesn't have a film. Dom's like, I hate that they cancel these films. Now a month later, he's like, oh wait, I have a film. It's terrible. It's gonna troll fans. And Dom's like, I'm triggered, dude.
I hate this fucking guy. I want this guy to get.
A month ago, you loved this fucking guy. He should have 3 jobs and screw Kathleen Kennedy for canceling his movie.
Kennedy.
No, hold on, Dom. Time out, Dom. Last month, you were, this guy deserves a shot. It's going to be so good. Screw Kathleen Kennedy for canceling his amazing movie. This week, hold on. No, Dom, hold on. This week, it's Kathleen Kennedy. Do you hear what you say? Fuck Kathleen Kennedy, because this guy's gonna do a movie. So when she, what the fuck, this guy's amazing. Keep it up. Just keep it up. Whatever the fuck you're doing, keep it up. Because it's making me laugh, bro. It's full fucking circle at this point with some of these clowns, dude.
Like I said on one of the other shows, I said,
who knows? Because you're on 80 shows saying a bunch of nonsense, Dom. You say it all. Hey, you literally say everything. And then,
I got free reign of other shows. Give me a break.
You say so much junk. You say so much junk to try to be right, dude.
Listen.
I'm sorry, I can't pitch your hands today, but come on, this is fun.
Away from the Star Wars thing.
Dom, you have to admit it's funny that just not too long ago, like a month and a half ago, you were angry that the rumor was that this guy's show got canceled.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
I want the Gangster Boba Fett movie. I want that. Come on.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Chet loves it. Chet loves it.
Oh,
We started off strong. We got Dom going already. Exactly what we
He's
need to
always
do.
wrong, Ruben. He's always wrong. You sequel lover. You sequel
I
lover.
can't hear because
He's
I pulled
always
this
wrong.
off because I'm laughing too fucking hard today. Jesus Christ, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck?
Oh, man, so good.
Oh shit! All right, move on.
All right, so here's the other news making Star Wars fans really upset this
Wayseeker,
week.
what are you doing? Fuck you, Wayseeker.
Can't help it. It's just so much fun. So I don't know. You probably talked about this on Tack or somewhere else, but the news this
Holy
week,
shit.
Pablo is linked to Fantastic Four's Reed Richards, and now Star Wars fans are in a tizzy. They are upset about this.
Hold on. That's not fair. What you're fucking with this thing too. You probably did watch Tech. Here's the deal. I'm not saying I'm upset with Pablo Pascal. What I'm saying is get somebody new. Get somebody fucking new.
No, the Star Wars fans are mad.
Where are you to help me out? Dom, where's your rant now to help me out?
Do you want to know why the Star Wars fans are mad?
Why? No, I'm a Star Wars fan. Why?
The Star Wars fans are mad, not because of Reed Richards, because now they're never going to see him without his helmet again. Everybody is pissed off because now he's never going to be seen without his helmet again. So I think this is the end of Mandalorian
he's done.
because they need to see his helmet.
Because Mandalorian is no longer his show. It's Bo-Katan and the rest of the Mandalorians. No longer his show. So who cares now? He's gone. So they're never going to show his face again. They fucked up the goddamn series. It's done.
This is what people are mad about right here. This
What?
is what you're mad about one thing, Marco, but that's not what Star Wars fans
I'm mad that hold on. I'm mad that they're not giving wait, what? That didn't make any fucking sense what he said. No, what?
This is what everybody's talking about. This is where
who's everybody? No, Wayseeker, you don't get to do that. Who's everybody?
You should see Reddit. It's like
I was on Reddit. I was just on Reddit the other day. Today. I was on Reddit today. I didn't see anything.
It's like 7,000 people all upset because now we're never going to see him.
Is this in like live in my basement and spank it with my hand when it's asleep so it feels like it's somebody? Is this the Reddit chat you're in? Because I was in a Reddit. I'm in like the actual Star Wars Reddit chat. Nobody upset about this.
Yeah, there are people upset about this one. Yeah,
they screwed up Mando, man. They screwed
just
up.
Like Dom said. Everybody, Dom's got the pulse of the people.
What backwoods Reddit fucking thread are you guys reading?
Marco, what do you read?
I read all types of stuff. Normal fucking people.
Right here. Dom's
right.
Dom is always right. The chat agrees.
I know. Those people are the paranoid people. Listen, I read normal stuff with normal working class people do, and like, no, I don't understand this deep obsession to be angry all the fucking time.
It's a Michigan Star Wars chat when he's on.
Yeah. No, no, I'm upset that they're using him again in a different part where it's like, hey, leave him to the part that he's at. Let's stop doing this bullshit. Find new actors, because let's be honest, part of the problem with Star Wars isn't just the writing, but some of the actors / actresses, wink, wink, Ahsoka, are really fucking bad. They're really bad. That Ahsoka story, I went back and watched them all. I was like, okay, the storyline isn't actually even like I gave it on average because I went back and looked at it. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 for the whole series. I went back and looked at it. It was like, is it really writing? Because I'm really trying to focus on what's going on without all the fucking, buzz shit and everything else. And then I realized, no, there's just some real fucking bad actors in that fucking thing. And some of them are actors that we've seen on multiple shit and multiple times. We really didn't get the right actors.
No. This news story was not pointed to that. It was pointed to lots of Star Wars fans are upset because now we're not going to see him again without his helmet.
This is how you troll, Dom. You go to whatever backwood basement dwelling channel, the Reddit channel, the ones where you see the title.
I can't help it that BK.
Basically, I know what it is. Yeah, it's BK, and you go to the one where BK is the moderator. I know this because those are the ones I avoid. I don't go to the BK ones. When you see BK as a moderator in a Reddit chat, you're like, oh, no fucking way, because it's all bullshit made up. It really is. So you go to that one. It starts off with Catherine Kennedy fucking roots Star Wars, and by the way, Pablo now that he's in fucking Fantastic Four is fucking a sellout, and Mando sucks.
She ruined my book of Boba Fett. She ruined all that fucking shit, man. Please move on.
She was. You're right. Hey, Brian, you're right. Brian, give him the bell. He's got a point. Brian, you got a point. She was portrayed as a grandma. Okay, you get it. He gets it.
Ring the bell.
That's a fucking good comment.
All right, keep moving forward. Talking about some Mando. Mando season 4 is ramping up for production, according to
Why? It's not even. It's ruined now, apparently, according to Dom and Reddit.
Yeah,
people that
but
live
it
in the
is.
basement.
And Brendan Wayne is one of the people that actually plays Mando in the suit, and so he said they got it going. They're going to be getting this thing started at the beginning of the year. So that's good news for people who want to see Mando season 4. That means it's on schedule for 2025 at some point.
John, Dom didn't say BOBF sucked. He liked it.
He loved it until he
I
didn't.
didn't love it. It sucked because
We should go back to the tapes and show you.
You should go to the tapes on that
10s.
one.
Listen,
You gave so many episode 10s.
Yo, listen, John Wick. He's the John Wick of Star Wars. They fucked him up.
Who's the John Wick of Star Wars?
Piece of shit. Goodbye.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna clip.
Hold on.
Every
First
rating
off,
you had for that.
Yeah, time out. John Wick of Star Wars. What the fuck are you talking about? Boba Fett came out before John Wick.
What?
You can't. He can't be the John. He can't be something of some. You can't say Michael Jordan's the Kobe Bryant of fucking.
No, I'm just saying he's a
basketball.
Like John Wick, killing people and taking. People.
Dom, you just said he is. You said Michael Jordan is the LeBron James of basketball. Okay, what? This is the nonsensical stuff I'm talking about.
You don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Fucking lethal. He should be freaking getting kicking ass. John Wick should be a John Wick type of character. Freaking taking names later.
Boba Fett has never been John Wick.
He's the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. Listen, you don't know, man. Go back.
Yeah, okay. All
right. On the good news, though, we're getting season 4 and it's ramping up. We all knew we were getting season 4. They didn't announce it, but it's ramping up.
That's good.
So it looks like that one should be.
The armor. The armor is going to be the main focus of season 4. Okay.
No,
he just said that now, John.
Focus because Brendan Wayne plays the Mandalorian in the suit.
Wait, who did he say he's going to be focused on?
The armorer. The guy who plays Mandalorian in the suit says they're ramping up production. He's going to be in it.
Yeah, they bring it back.
He's going to be the focus.
They bring it back Lizzo and Jack Black.
You know what?
Okay.
You don't know.
Fuck that shit.
Can we not trust the person that plays Mandalorian?
Actually? Somebody needs to clip that. No, Dom knows because Dom knows somehow. He won't say why he knows or who he knows or how he knows, but he knows, man. He oh shit. Fucking wayseeker. Give him a break of a story, okay?
All right,
take a break in between stories.
Fuck this guy.
All right.
Oh Jesus! What the hell? What now?
Yeah. No, because he wants to hug Kathleen Kennedy to be in Star Wars. Fuck him.
What the fuck is this? Jesus. Wayseeker, what is he talking about now? What is he talking about? What is...
Oh my gosh. Tom's bad. So this guy, he's an award winner. He was in what movie that just came out?
Loki. It was funny. He was good as Loki. Yeah.
So Loki, he came out this week and said that he wants to give Kathleen Kennedy a big hug because he wants to be in Star Wars so bad. And so Dom's mad because this guy wants to give Kathleen Kennedy a hug. Even though he's a good actor who would be good to see in Star Wars, Dom's mad because this guy likes Kathleen Kennedy and wants to give her a hug.
Because she worked on Indiana Jones and destroyed it at the same time.
Oh my God, Dom, just be happy that somebody wants to be in Star Wars. That's a good actor. Like Marco was saying, we need good actors in Star Wars.
I mean, if he's a mid-ass actor and you can put him in a little bit better of a thing, fine, and that's okay. But don't stop. We're instead taking star headliners and trying to put them as other headliners that they don't fit into. Like, plus, by the way, he just said he wants to be in it. Everybody fucking says, Dom. Every time somebody says they want to be in Star Wars, you have to have the exact same reaction.
No, listen, I want to be in Star Wars, but I'll hug George.
No, bullshit. Fuck you. No, you can't want to be in Star Wars. Fuck you. Fuck Kathleen Kennedy because you can't be in Star Wars. Nope, can't do it.
You would give Kathleen Kennedy a hug to be in Star Wars.
Fuck you.
Dom, you would definitely give Kathleen Kennedy a hug if it meant you could be in Star Wars.
Well, more like a push off a cliff.
For what?
Wow.
Yeah, I think you went a little bit too far on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
I did not know that was going to get the reaction that it did from Dom.
I don't know where that came from.
I was not trying to troll Dom there.
And fuck you. You can't be in Star Wars either. It's Kathleen Kennedy's fault. You're done. Anybody who says it goes. That's it.
So Disturbance of the Force, the one we talked about that's coming to the movie theaters, it will be released on December 5th, the Blu-ray and digital. So if you don't want to go see it in theaters, or if it's not coming to your city, it can come out in 2 weeks. And so, pick this one up if you want to watch it.
Well, listen,
all right.
2 days ago, a few days ago. Happy birthday, Boba Fett. Yeah, holiday special, the birth of Boba Fett.
You mean the one that Lucas
You know,
canceled?
that wasn't the birth of Boba Fett.
Canceled never
though.
did, but Catherine
That is
Kennedy
not-
brought it back.
You keep saying it's the birth of Boba Fett, but it's not the birth of Boba Fett because he was in a parade
I
before
get the
that.
parade. I know he was in the parade. I know he was. But
So it's not the birth of Boba Fett when he was in
Yes.
something before.
Yes,
John,
it is
fuck
the
you.
spirit
Fuck
of
you
Boba
because
Fett.
you love Catherine Kennedy because you want to be in Star Wars too.
I know.
You
Listen,
can't call
Boba
something the birth of Boba Fett when he was in something
Fett,
before.
I know a parade. I know he was in the parade.
Oh my
but it is Boba
God.
Fett, the holiday special. Holiday special, Boba Fett. There you
That
go.
Wayseeker, that's not the route you should go with. The route you should go with is, hey, Dom, who canceled this and never let anybody see it again?
George Lucas.
And who brought it back so everybody could see it again? Catherine
Lucas.
Kennedy. Catherine Kennedy brought back your best thing that you celebrated a birthday for. Catherine Kennedy is your hero. Catherine Kennedy's the love of your life. You love Catherine Kennedy with all your Boba Fett might.
For all those people, I'm trying to talk. Listen,
It's good, Giggles. It's good. We got him. We got him.
listen. I'm trying to say this with all the people complaining about Luke's freaking goddamn when they did the face, when they did the whole anime, fixing his face reconstruction. Look at Luke. Let's say, listen, Luke.
Oh yeah, in this thing, yeah, he looks, yeah, you're right, Dom.
horrible.
Yeah, Dom, you're right, 100%, 100%,
You look good.
100%. He did look, he looked
All right,
ridiculous.
we got one more to Troll Dom coming up here. Let's keep going
All right.
on the Troll Dom train. Phoenix Shans came out this week and said she
Uh-oh.
is not
No,
sure.
wait, do we have something we can go to first and then come back to this? Because Dom's going crazy. All right, you're going to give the guy, he got bit by a child today. He got bit by a youth. Give him a break. Please give him a break. You have to. Dom, can we move up a segment and then come back to this one?
No, we got to go.
No, go up one segment.
Phoenix Shan, not sure, has no ties right now to return to live action Star Wars. She will be in a voice actor in Bad Batch season
All right.
2 and 3.
All right.
She's coming back for that for the voice acting.
Good.
And here's the thing that she really wants. And we don't want this, Dom. We don't. She would like her own spin-off series. As good as Phoenix Shand is.
No. Okay. That's true, but I will give this to Dom because Dom called this one ahead of time. So Dom, allow me to speak for you for 2 minutes and see how this works. Dom has always said the best thing Star Wars should do is give these little 1/2 episode segments where we get backstories on some of these not headline characters like Fennec Shan that they've introduced so we can get the stories kind of like they did with one-shots and stuff back in the day. And I agree, Dom, is that what you're about to say? You would love to see that. Let's just give her 1 or 2 episodes. Let's get a little something on her. She's out there shooting people in the head. I mean, doing whatever she's got to do. She's playing with her insides that are now metallic. I don't know. I don't care. Let's see Little Shan, right?
But we don't need the book of Fennec Shand. We just don't.
Yeah,
need
no.
Not a book of Fennec Shand, but something, because it kind of sucks. Disney has plans. You can't have her in a comic book. You can't do something. Because
Disney has no plans for her, is what she's
No,
saying.
she's in the Bad Batch right there. She's
that's
the latest
Bad
Bad.
Batch.
but we
Yeah,
don't
she's
know.
already in the
1 or
Bad
2
Batch.
episodes?
Yeah, but so what? Hey, but that's 2. What I'm saying is, if we want to, I think this sets up a lot of stuff. Remember, they talked about reducing time and not giving everybody a spin-off an episode, but they also talked about making what are those things called? Anthologies. So if that's the case, if they're telling the truth, which so far, if you've looked at their plans, no matter what Dom says on the other part of it about like Catherine Kennedy is an alien and she like butt probes people, like that crazy shit. But like they have been doing the stuff that they're saying they're doing. It looks like they're going to that format. So like this is actually perfect. And I think Dom will turn the corner and start loving this stuff more if they do the anthology thing. Because like, what can you complain about then?
He'll find
Right?
something. It's down.
Oh yeah, I mean I agree with that too.
No, it
Like,
just sucks the fact that we haven't seen her in almost 2 years. If you think about it,
I don't think about it.
It's fine.
We saw her in the Bad Batch thing. Yeah, I don't think about it. Yeah.
She's
But
a cool
you see,
character, but you don't
the
need to see
Underworld
her.
would be so much better than what they're giving us now. If you really think about it.
It could be. It could be worse.
It could be a grandma running around, as
Yeah.
somebody, as Bri just put it.
Sure.
You could have a grandma running around. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
So you don't know.
Ed.
All right. The Nihil have made their way to the Young Jedi Adventures. I don't know if people picked up on this as they're watching.
Mace Windu, yeah.
You look at the ship that steals Nub's little ship there, and what does it have on the side there, Marco?
considering nobody watched this, but that's the eye of the storm. That is what the leader has for the Nihil. That is the symbol for the Nihil. That is the eye they painted on their broken and pushed together ships. This actually looks too nice of a ship to be a ship that the Nihil actually have, because they're usually known to having them patched together, and as we learned in the book that we read by George Mann this week. Is there anything else?
So now the real question is Nubs trapped in the eclipse zone, or the whatever it's called?
You know what would what would
like?
that's a very interesting question. You know, another question is anybody watching this? Because nobody cares.
I care.
Nobody
I
cares.
care. Right here, the
Nobody cares.
Nihil are in.
Dom, nobody cares. This isn't factual. This is whatever.
Sorry,
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
That is right there.
The Nihil.
Shout out Darth Lopez.
You're not going to get this news anywhere else because nobody else watches it, but I do. So I can tell you right now, you get to see the Nihil in Young Jedi Adventures. Pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Really? Who gives a shit?
Nobody. Dude, Wayseeker, this is how bad it is. I sat down we had a lot of things going on. We had a basketball camp. Then we had to go to First Communion. We had a bunch of kids over between it. We had all the toy catalogs out. Everybody, let's go through the toy catalog, see what it is. So I know what kids are interested in, doing my little polling. All the kids from school before we go to First Communion camp or whatever, right? Not one kid circled anything that had to do with New Republic, with that show. Not one. Not a single girl, not a single boy, not their little brothers, not their little sisters. Not one. Not a one. So you know what that means? Welcome to Ollie's and Ross, bro, because nobody's watching.
See when we're getting there, and then you talked about the new free comic book day,
bro. Hey, let me tell you this. Hey, let me tell you this. This is where if we want to blame Catherine Kennedy for something, we can. How much they're trying to push that, and it is falling on deaf ears. That is literally a marketing failure. Which, if you want to give one L to Catherine Kennedy, she's had a couple of those already. Her marketing decisions are not the best.
We will see. All right.
We've already seen it. It's already going to Ollie. Christmas time, you want to go shop, go down to Ollie's. Pick up some nubs.
Ollie's, so I can go to Ollie's. So
Okay, go to Ross.
Anyway, so as of this week, you can now listen to Star Wars audiobooks also on Spotify Premium. So you don't have to go pay all this crazy money to buy the audiobooks. Now over 100 books are on Star Wars audio, including the one we're talking about today, I Have Darkness. So if you want to listen to Star Wars books, cheaper, probably more accessible way of doing so. I think this is great. I'm glad they're doing this. I want to get more Star Wars stories out there for people, and
Okay, so this is what I'll tell you. Before I tell you what I thought about the book, I listened to the audiobook because that's what I had time for. Whoever they have doing this audiobook, they had him doing another one, is fucking horrible. And could you please, for the love of Christ, just hire a female to do the female voices? Please, for the love of God. For the love of God, could you just please? And definitely don't do children, and definitely don't do female children, because you sound creepy as shit.
That's why I don't do audiobooks. That's why you read.
Oh my God. What the heck?
We'll talk about that. But anyway, so if you like listening to books, Spotify Premium might be the best way to go. So some rare Star Wars posters will be headed to a prop store auction, and this one will be headlined by this Empire Strikes Back poster. There's not that many of these out there. They were saying there's a couple dozen of these things out there that they know of today. This one is estimated to sell for about $20,000. I don't know what posters go for, but that seems like a crazy amount of money for a poster. But hey, if you want this one, Ruben, if you don't have this one, here's your chance to get this one for
Boba Fett. I won't have
$20,000.
little Boba Fett right there on the side. I would never have this poster anyway. I'll have a copy replica.
Yeah.
He's such a major character. They put him in the way background.
You gonna buy this one for $20,000, Dom?
If I sell my stuff,
you would buy this?
I'll
What
buy
did
it.
you do with it?
I mean, it takes up a lot less space.
Yeah, right. Less space. You just roll it up in a thing and put it up on the shelf. That's it. Well, actually, you put it in a picture, a frame, and put it away.
Anyway, but there's a lot of other Star Wars posters. This prop store auction.
Get out of this conversation.
She told you can't buy something for 20,000, didn't she? We're not gonna let him buy it for 20,000. We're not gonna let him buy it for 20,000. Don't worry.
Anything.
All right, here's what I'm interested in. We got the February comics that are coming out for Star Wars. You know what is not listed in the February comic previews? Dr. Aphra.
Okay.
Is Aphra ending after issue 40 and getting?
If it is, there's something there's something that we have to do. Let me find out where this thing is because I can't find it because I don't even know where this is. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to put this one down there because that's kind of what Dom said, right? He said Aphra's gonna have to end soon. We're gonna end soon. Well, he also said Bounty Hunters, which isn't ending, but at least he'll get one of them right.
I mean, there was 40 issues for the first series. Aphra trade paperback 7 is coming out next year. They already announced it.
It is a short one.
It is a short month. Aphra trade paperback 7 is collecting issues 32 through 40. So it's collecting a huge amount of issues for a trade paperback, and it is ending at 40. So it almost seems like instead of putting it into 2 trade paperbacks, they just said we're going to put 8 issues into one big paperback. And so here's the other interesting thing, though. Aphra makes it into Revelations, and Alyssa Wrong writes that. So I wonder if the same writer is sticking on for Aphra, but we're going to get her away from the
main title line. Like she's going to go
Vader
back to Vader.
timeline.
Yeah.
But she can kind of do whatever she wants, and it's not connected to what's going on with Vader and Aphra.
I mean,
Vader and Luke. I would love that.
I would love to see this part in the after Return of the Jedi, the story of her in the Mandoverse, the Mando universe timeline, what's going on now, but in the side of the galaxy where they don't meet up, but she's there.
Good.
I like to see that.
No, go back doing her hunting down stuff and shit. Yeah,
but this is also the cover for 40, which also kind of says maybe it's ending because it's very, very reminiscent of number 1, and you get all the characters on the cover, and you got a good cover there with Santa and Aphra.
No, you don't. So. She looks terrible. Thank God we're gonna get rid of Santa. The worst thing that they could do is do a Santa Aphra buddy cop fucking thing.
We'll see.
Hopefully they don't.
We'll see when we get to Revelations, but signs are pointing that this one.
I think if they have the Tag Corporation, she has to work for the Tag Corporation to get them stuff. That might be the best outcome if we go back, because that was one of the better, the Vader one when she had to do it, and then the Tag Corporation when she had to do it and she blew off the guy's fingers with all the rings. Those are probably the 2 best parts.
I would love to see her connected with Luthen from Andor, because her father was dealing with Luthen, and she gets more artifacts. Like now,
I don't think we had to do Luthen, but we could do something where, like that's what I was saying about the Tag thing. It makes perfect sense if the Tag family needs certain type of artifacts or whatever else. We go back to that.
Yeah, but just get her away so she's not in these crossovers. The crossovers really do ruin
crossovers.
Her story.
Suck. This crossover is one of the hardest ones to.
It might be the worst, and that's saying something. Because,
well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. All kidding aside, I don't think her with the internal spark was that bad. But
her with the eternal spark wasn't. But this Dark Droids.
The
spark just went on for too long. It went on for way too long.
It did go on for too long. I just wish that she would go back to the way she was in the original Vader run.
That's what. Well, that and the Tag, the 1 and 2, when she does the stuff for the tags too. I think. Yeah. Like everybody says the original Vader run, but that's not that long. It's like that extension to the thing with the tags where she's out there getting stuff was kind of pretty cool. But then they kind of took that too far.
Go back and collect Sith artifacts. Go back and
just do
that.
And
other artifacts. There's lots of things she could do, and I think, hopefully a reboot. I think Alyssa Wong, though, I think they're going to try to keep her on there because I do think Alyssa Wong is on the Kevin Scott path to where they want to keep her and they want to promote her.
Well,
they're already moving her into a book.
Calvin Scott ain't on the Calvin Scott path anymore.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you think that this gets canceled now and they take some time and they bring her back and she's in Revelations and if they have a new series, do you think this might be the time where we finally get to see a live action Dr. Aphra coming soon?
Maybe they're setting up a new Aphra that would do better. We've talked about that before. Like this Aphra right now, it's not going to do well in live action.
No, that's maybe she's older now.
No offense to Wong, but maybe they give it to Gillian. Maybe that's what the transition is. And
no. Wong is writing the Revelation story, so that's why I don't think
for Aphra.
Yeah.
But that
we
might
don't
be her
know.
swan
She might
song
be writing
finale.
Revelations.
It could
Maybe she'll
be.
hand it off to somebody else if they come out with a new series.
That's what I'm saying. That might be the end,
Yeah.
and then
I
hopefully,
don't know. We'll find out next month.
yeah. I wouldn't even mind her traveling around. I wouldn't even mind her being like the hypothetical bounty hunter book that we all pitched earlier, where it was like they're going on missions for bounty hunters, but instead it's something else, and like she just runs into a bunch of characters. But you would have to have somebody else write it. No offense to Wong. I mean, maybe offense to Wong because she got thrown into a lot of miniseries, which kind of sucks. But like,
How about
her-
Dr. Afra, the World Between Worlds, time traveler?
We're moving on after that one. So last week I said this thing was going to sell out.
And
It's
did.
sold
32
out.
minutes.
This thing sold out in 32 minutes.
That's actually not that quick. You still had an opportunity to get it in 32 minutes.
You said it was going to take days.
No, I'm telling
Last
you,
week you said
I-
days, and
I
now
told
it's
you
32
days.
minutes. It's not that quick.
No, 32 minutes is not that quick. I think there are things that sold quicker. 32 minutes is still a long time to sell.
There was a
something.
wait room
Nobody-
of
wait,
2,000
you're-
people where you couldn't get in. They put a wait room in. I was in waitlisted, and I was over 2,000 people in that list.
And how
I
many?
actually
how
did
many
get one of
copies?
these. I was one of the last people to
You
get
made
one of these.
3,000?
You did or didn't?
I did. I bought
Oh,
one.
nice. How much was it?
$325.
Oh, all right.
I think it was $50 more than I wanted to pay for it, but I could justify it. To me, $275
This
is
is
right.
this is. I think this is part of the one thing that has been like pretty good about the dark side. We have really not all of us sit in the back Reddit rooms that Wayseeker sits in Dom, but like we have been seeing this rise of High Republic, and what you say here is about the ominous selling out too. Like this isn't this isn't like a resale type thing, right? Like it is at the back end. There's a huge fan base for this stuff. They really are enjoying this stuff. I mean, this is a guy that's dead. I mean, now his lightsaber's still around because Ezra Mann has it,
Yeah.
but like,
But true. It's going to go 90% is going to the second flip.
But even though he's dead, we can talk about this later. I
don't think 90% of this is going into the secondary market.
No,
Tom.
there will be some that go in there.
Yeah,
But not 90%.
because think about this, like when you had the barge, right? That was something that would go into the secondary market and people would buy up. But then like people stopped buying into these high end Star Wars prop-ish type stuff for secondary market things because they just weren't selling. They just weren't. So, but even if that's true with this item, I think once again we're missing the second sentence in Wayseeker's thing because and here it is. The ominous is like one of the best selling things year to date, which like, okay, nobody's sitting on 50 of those things to resell. Like they're too expensive and too bulky to do that. So,
yeah. No, the price is closer if you want to braid for it, but for sure.
Yeah.
And interestingly, there's only been one.
Yeah, that's what I just said, dude. Yeah, you should give it back to creator.
Yeah.
There's only been one comic that's sold by itself, and that sold for about $120, which is crazy price for
that's
that.
What I'm saying, Brian. Like you say that immediately, but what day did this end?
Yeah, what do you mean? When did it
Well,
come out?
it came out what 4 days ago.
Friday. It was out Friday morning.
Friday,
32 minutes later, it sold.
Right
Yeah,
there.
And not a lot of them, and the things haven't hit the market for wherever. I don't know if 70%. I don't know, Brian. I don't think 70% of these are going to sell.
no, I don't think.
And
so.
what
I think
and
there's a huge amount of-
how high the ticket item is already for not having a blade on it. Like to try to this is not a flippable item. Like when you're looking at the realm of flippable stuff, one, you're above the threshold of like flipping, right? Like you're really tailoring down your audience for resale on this.
Yeah. I think the one thing you will see flipped is the comic because a lot of people are going to try to sell that comic to pay for the lightsaber.
Yeah, but we'll see.
We'll see if it goes for anything. I don't
see
think
if that
it goes
goes
that
anywhere.
much, but I'll be interested to see if it stays north of 50. That is kind of the mark that I want to see if that comic can stay north of 50.
I would sell it for 58 right away. I would undercut the market if I were you. I would undercut the market and try to get some money back out of that for that hilt.
Yeah.
Because the hilt's cool, but like, yeah, the book
Hill
is
is super cool. That's what I got it for. That hill is cool.
yeah, I mean,
And I
it's
also-
not my favorite hilt. I've said that before, so I'm not going to all of a sudden just like be like, yeah, I love the thing. Plus, I think it's a man design, which I really hate. So, how much does the blade cost? Is it 90 for the blade? Is it
I
100? How
don't.
much?
I couldn't even see it. You're gonna have to take it somewhere to get the blade somewhere else. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I think the bootleg blade sellers will sell you a blade
Yeah.
for like 60, $70. So
Right. That's what you're gonna want to do. It does come with the cross blade. That comes with it.
yeah.
So you get that small one. You just have to buy the big one. So
And you can probably get, I don't know what the big one is at Disney anymore. Is it 100 something, I thought?
probably, yeah. But I was excited. I think they're setting up a young Elzar, Stellan, Avar, something in the future. A comic
Yeah, that's what
series.
here. This is what I'm saying. This is what he's saying, and this makes sense. Like that's why it's gonna be a problem reselling this. Even if you get $100 for the comic, it costs $325. That's gonna be $225 for just the hilt.
Yeah.
Which you can get whole lightsabers for less than that. So like, what are you gonna resell this? Where you resell the hilt at? You would have to resell the hilt somewhere in the $400 range, 500. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, you don't buy this to resell it. You buy it because you want it. And I think most people did. And people that bought it to resell it, I think they're gonna not be happy.
Oh Jesus,
Wow.
TMNT, cool guy. Give
Ring
me
the
some.
bell.
Anyway, I think we'll see more Stellan. They're pushing him enough to where someday we're gonna get a comic series or something with young Stellan. This is a weird one. We want to talk about this one because I'm not sure what to make of this one. But Lucasfilm and Star Wars came out and they put a
Oh, it was
Instagram
Lucasfilm
post
comedy. It was Lucasfilm production, whatever it was.
Yeah,
called.
it is part of Lucasfilm though.
Yeah.
It takes you to the thing. They are releasing this, new Life Day variant of the 2021 comic, which features
It's a
Buryaga
reprint.
on the cover. It's limited to 1,000, but nobody's selling it. And so I don't know if they're just comping this to content creators or what's going on with this one. But here's the real issue I have. Even with the other one, what are we really making of reprints that are 2 years later? I mean, I get that they're limited, but it's been 2 years. And this comic doesn't sell for anything anyways.
So this is something that's interesting about this too. The Reddit pages that we both view, not just the ones you view, there's even some like very interesting wording and shiftiness going on with this book already. And that just tells you like here's what I'm gonna say. If you want this book, if you want to pull it down and go, but it's limited to 1,000, give it 6 months. I think it's not gonna be so hard to get in 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want, I mean, I can't. If anybody could give me a reason why you'd want this book,
I like the cover. I paid $10 for it. I like the cover.
but hold on now. It's not much different than the Life Day the original one.
No.
And that thing you could get that for $1.
Can I say something real quick?
No, yeah, go ahead.
So if this was given out by Lucasfilm, like the employees to the,
It's not given out
people,
by the employees.
it's like the Galaxy's Edge.
It's not what
comic.
it is.
It's not like that. No.
It's not like the Star Cruiser.
No, that's
no.
not what this
variant.
is. Not.
No.
This is not. This is something where there's very funny words being used around a product.
The difference between the Life Day 1 is Burry's not on the cover of Life Day 1. It's a different Wookiee that's on the cover of Life Day 1. I get it's worth $1. I'm just saying it's worth $10 to me because I like Burry. That's what I would pay for it.
I'm not saying don't buy the things you like. I'm just saying like there's a lot of very interesting wording.
It's weird. And
there's a lot of very interesting wording going around that. Now, what you were saying, that was a Lucas employee day where people were handed kind of like when you come out of a movie theater or something. That's not what this is. That's not what this is at all. And it's very interesting because the programming and pitch of this is very repetitive in nature and program. Let me ask you a question. If I tell a story and I tell it to Dom and Dom retells a story, is the story going to be exactly the same?
No.
Okay. Whenever you find multiple people telling the exact same story, word for fucking word, you start fucking questioning what's going on.
So here's what I think it is. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. I think the people that get these, for the most part, are going to be the people that like do store exclusives and something like that. So it's going to be like a Lucasfilm trying to get people to do store exclusives, and then they're going to tag on a few of these things for them to sell.
I'm going to remove myself from this conversation.
Okay, that's what I think it's going to be, rightly or wrong. But anyway, yeah, just I'm with Marco. Be wary of this one.
Be careful.
Be careful with this one. But
Don't fall for. I don't even think it's FOMO. Just don't fall for the. Yeah. Okay. I've said
Good.
what I'm going to say.
good to go.
Good.
All right, so we did. I know they covered some of these, all of these on Friday night, but these are the Star Wars Free Comic Book Day comics that were revealed. You're going to get my boy Nubs right there with Marco's boy Court. They're going to be best friends forever, which is how it should be.
I hope
Forever.
Quartz just kicks him in the ass right over a cliff. That's what it looks like right there. Hey, buddy, look that way.
Hey,
Bah, right down the
you
hill.
know, Me
Go
and,
down
Mark,
there.
me and Marco are best friends. Nubs and Court are best friends.
Yeah.
That's just how it
I
goes.
actually don't have a problem with Nubs. I think it's cute. I think they need to do a better job, is all I'm saying.
My kid's really excited for this new comic book day. That one was the one that, she was really excited.
It would
for.
be a facsimile, kind of. It would be kind of a facsimile reprint.
Yeah, I don't even know what you call it. Anyway, but that's going to be a flip book with the Plants vs. Zombies. So you see the Plants vs. Zombies, you want this one, just know that's a flip book. So it's going to be a short story.
Yeah, get the flip book. Get
And
the
we
flip
don't know it's going to be the first
Hey,
nub.
hey, yo. Can we preface this? Don't be a douchebag. Do we need to explain what don't be a douchebag is? Do we have to, guys? It's Free Comic Book Day. This is a kids thing. It's got Planet vs. Zombies on the front end. It's got Young Jedi on the back end. Do I need to explain what don't be a douchebag is? Dom, do we think we know? Do you need to explain it to the people?
No.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
don't push a young kid away to get this book because
And grab 50 of them. Yeah.
apparently the first appearance of
We don't even know if it will be. Nubs could
Yeah,
come
no,
up
he,
before then.
he goes, apparently, he gave it to you. Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be.
Don't be that guy. Because Dom might be standing behind you. And if you think he's hanging a kid over a rail that's biting his hand, what do you think he's going to do to you? Just saying.
I want one of these. That's all I want. I want one of these. Maybe two. I might color one. If it's not colored, if it's black and white,
I think it's going to be black and white. They've done that before.
What?
They've done that before.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it's black and white.
I actually
I think it'd be cool if it was black and white.
It might not be. It's not final art. So
Yeah, by the way, if you catch, whatever. I'm not going to say it. Whatever.
Yeah. Also, for Jedi, Sabe is coming back. Not dead. She got thrown into the ocean. She's not dead. She's coming back. This freak
Spoiler alert from like 8 years ago when we said it. She wasn't dead and she's coming back.
They're going back to this is gonna be the dumbest story ever too. Luke is going back to Hoth because some people were left behind, and he's going to get the people that were left behind on Hoth when they evacuated.
Yeah, it's stupid. No, it's stupid. I've seen some of this. It's stupid.
And so Sabe is going to track Luke to Hoth, and Vader's somehow going to show up too. I don't know how that's going to work, but Sabe's coming back.
John just steps over him. He's like, I've never seen him. Stop out of my way, kid. Bah! I didn't see that kid. What do you mean, kid?
We'll get a Wamper with a lightsaber.
John, where's your LCS?
My LCS? Which one?
No, John, I said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We probably will get a
I'm
Wampa.
sorry,
We probably will get a Wampa. There'll probably be some, AT-ATs hanging out in the snow and a broken shield generator. Like, that's what we're going to get.
And you'll probably get some umpire, some soldier, freaking stormtroopers that are left behind that actually joined the resistance.
Yeah, we probably won't get that, but you know what?
You might. You might.
This is what I am excited for, though.
Yeah, me too.
Crash is coming back. I love Crash. Crash is one of my favorite characters.
I like it too.
We're getting a one shot, which is a great. I love.
I always feel bad because that annual I want to put it up there for Crash, but nobody cares except for me and you. This is where we agree.
Yeah.
Because if you read the book, like if you read one of the books, like Crash is like, I thought she was stupid. Even when I start to read the book, especially considering like some of her characters, like they look wildly ass weird in Adventures. The art was fucked, but in the annual is what I'm telling you, everybody. So Adventure Annual, her first appearance. But when you actually like hear her character development, who did it? Whoever it was, they did a good job. I hope it wasn't Ireland because
no, it was older. I think older did.
It was older.
Older was in the Midnight
Older
Horizon.
did it. Older did it. Yeah. Midnight Horizon. Yeah, great job.
Good stuff. And so
really good stuff. The whole group. It's really cool.
Yep. So I'm excited to see this one.
Crash and the Boys. Yeah. No. What? No. There's two. Crash is a girl.
Crash is a girl, and the other one is a singer. She's a girl. And then there's some other boys.
There's one guy that's a boy. Yeah, there's a couple boys in there.
Yeah. This is not boding well for Dark Horse. Dark Horse can't get it together. Hyperspace Stories, which was just announced, has already been delayed.
All right, John.
3 months. So Qui-Gon has now been moved already from April to July. And there's 7 more of them coming out after that one. So I am not know what's going on with Dark Horse, but they are not getting it together.
Yeah, they really aren't. They've had a couple problems with changeover. No, not Pirate Crew. She runs like a espionage crew-ish type thing.
Yeah.
Crash. She wasn't with Sal. No, she's with a different crew. You know very little about her. She had a very short story in Star Wars Adventures Annual #1, the one that's got like that we always talk about because of the blade and everything else. Because there's a lot of other first appearances in there. It was in Bella in there too. So, but she gets overlooked because there's a very small short story with her. She was on was it Corellia, or if it wasn't as very
Corellia.
close,
Yeah,
she was a Corellia. She's a Corellian, and she does like kind of like an espionage thing. And when like how they explain it, it's like it's almost like 20-year-olds. It's a bunch of what do they call those millennials? Even though millennials I think are in their 30s now, but whatever. So whatever you think the new millennial thing is, it's a bunch of those kids, but like whatever your version of it was when you were a kid doing it. So like if it was if you were in the 80s and 90s, it'd be like you'd be a love romance thing, like That Girl's All That or whatever the shit the show was you watch. If you were in the if you're as old as Dom, it'd be 16 Candles, whatever that type of error type thing is. That's what Crash is. So
yeah.
What do you got? You got a problem with
No, you're right.
16 Candles is a classic movie. What the fuck?
I just think the 16 Candles Dom wasn't too happy about that.
Why? What's wrong with 16 Candles?
16 Candles movie, but I'm not that damn. You make me feel old.
I'm just saying, if you're old like that, you and Jedi, old as shit.
All
right.
All
right.
Star Wars KOTOR remake came out this week. Officially dead. It's done. Stick a fork in it. We knew this was coming. It's official. It's gone.
Still happy that I bought that KOTOR 9 for under $70.
Yeah, no, that was a good buy. Bit Reactor, though, they're working on a strategy game, and they are hoping to redefine strategy with their Star Wars game. And they say it will not be an XCOM clone, which I'd be okay with an XCOM clone, to be honest, but it's not. But they said more news is coming. I don't like when people say they're hoping to redefine games. That usually means it's going to be bad. So they're setting the bar really high for themselves in a way.
Kind of like a Pirate Crew. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about this one either. But hey. Whatever.
I'm not sure because of the way that guy looks there. He looks too smug.
That's the director. And
that's like a guy that's about to shit his own pants. That's what he looks like.
That is the week of Star Wars.
No Steve Urkel, possibly as Hondo.
No, I'm not putting a possible person as somebody who might not be in the show.
And that's a 3-week-old rumor too. That is fucking horrible.
I am not putting in some rumor that just because you wanted to have.
It's not even rumors. No, hey, we gotta have a new word. Made up bullshit. That's what we're gonna call it. Made up bullshit from now on.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to comics. This is some made up bullshit too. Dark Droids. Oh, if somebody had a question about who's on the cover, this is the Scourge. That's actually what his.
Scourge.
Yeah, Scourge is the fucking main villain. It just he's drawn very poorly inside the fucking book. So here we go. We have a little, hey, what's going on? We're going to have a meeting because the Emperor wants us to fucking destroy all droids because we figured this shit out. So now we're just sawing off people's heads and shit. And then the Scourge is here on his ship. And he's like, yo, I put all my personality things that aren't personalities because I'm not human, but whatever, into you people. One of you guys is strategic. One's a little baby that cries all the time. One's this, one's that. And he's like, fuck it. I don't really need all of you anyways. But let's go see. Oh, wait, that was the other book because it's shit. Both books suck. We're going to send these little humanoid peoples in to take over this little area. They capture this area real quickly. They're like, yo, put all these little droids to work. We're going to infect all of the robots. Once we infect all the fucking robots, we're going to grab all you people and round you up because we're going to start killing you so that I can have more hands on my body because my name is Scourge. And that's what I'm going to do. And it's like, okay, well, nobody cares. But Ajax cares. So Ajax is like, yo, I can't even form my grata because all these fucking robots are getting turned over. I got to figure something else to do. And they said, don't worry about it. D Squad, we're the D Squad. Forlong, IG-88, BT-1, K2, QTKT. Yes, that is the one droid that is for the girl that passed away from cancer. And we're going to come with R2-D2. And he's like, but listen, I need army and people who are gangsters. And R2-D2 is like, you don't know what we do. We kill motherfuckers. So Scourge is like, oh shit, they're sending in a Death Squad. We got to see what we got to do. And by the way, we got to eat. So let's try to become humans so that we can eat things. Like his whole goal is to eat shit.
Like it's such a bad
stupid.
arc.
Yeah, it's bad. All right,
This one
Dr.
was better,
Afra.
at least.
Yeah, this still has it's part
was
of the
bad.
arc.
But there
You
was
just
a,
say it's better because Sansa is in it.
there's Santa's in there. There's also a really funny line about Just Lucky. I hope you captured it. That was really.
I
made me
didn't
laugh.
because I was so fucking stupid with this. I was so dead because I read the Peach Momoka book before these two. So
Yeah, that was.
I was already out of my fucking realm reading this.
She burns Just Lucky, and it makes you just laugh.
All right, so they're starting
you
to
have it. You have it right there. It's good.
Yeah. What'd you say? I'm right here. He goes,
My point stands. Or,
yeah. Whatever. So they're trying to make out again, and Lucky's like, I'm here, and she's like, yo, I still want to make out with you, but I don't want to make out with you because I had to ask you for a favor. And Sansa's like, yeah, because I do favors all the time. Whatever, who gives a shit? I put that panel in there because I know Wayseeker would have whined if I didn't. Okay, next up, we're on that planet that they took over in the last book. That's why I did in chronological order. They're already starting to operate on all the Imperial troops and humans. They're just like cutting off limbs and stacking stuff to the head, and they can't figure why they can't just download themselves into the brains. And then all of a sudden, Magna's like, cool, we're going to cut off more body parts and put them to robot parts for some reason. I don't know. Nobody gives a shit.
It's cool art. Like, I'll give you that much. The art's cool.
Was.
That's
and he's
it.
like, look.
That's all I got.
So this guy, remember I said the Scourge? Like, this is what, let's go back to explain this real quickly because I think people are lost. Oh, I just lost everything. All right, I went black for a minute. Okay, this picture right here of the third color of that little big thing with the purple thing shooting something out that looks like a mountain. That actually is this guy right here on the chair. So this is normally how you see him. That's who that is. His name's Scourge, and he's fucking horrible. So all of a sudden, what are these called? EMTs or whatever? They got a whole box of EMTs. And
basically
like,
EMTs.
Yeah. Tags gave it. See, this is where I think it would be cool if we do the thing where we take Afra and she's working for the tags because she'd have all these like cool weapons to go get artifacts and find like missing Jedi and shit. And she'd have like EMT, so she'd be a badass. She'd be like what she was, kind of. Or she got
you can have these freaking Wayseeker's favorite character with her.
Yeah, you can have Santa just hanging around.
Santa's always going to be around Afra. You got to.
Her booty. So, anyways, they see their friends. They're like, "Oh shit, let's throw this in here." Oh, by the way, Just Lucky's like sniping people again. Like that's even when Just Lucky's the best. Like I don't want to hear Just Lucky talk. I just want him to be like like the assassin guy from like what was that? The Losers. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I want. And he's like, oh wait, what are they holding? How are they getting around there? Like we can't figure out what humans do because they do human shit.
He's like, ready to die though. I think he's dying at the end of this run.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. So then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're humans. We do all types of weird shit. We're going to get, why is Valance there? We don't know. Let's go save Maga. All right, drop it right in her face. And dropped in her face and she wakes up. She's like, hey guys, hey, what happened? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, well, of course, Santa, because she's like, yeah, you're the ex-girlfriend, so I don't trust you anyways. Pulls the gun's like, hey, don't move. And all of a sudden, Magna pops up, like, yeah, you're right. I'm still fucking scourging me. I'm going to kill all you people, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, shut up. And then Afra does like the fingers of death where she takes her two fingers, puts it to the head and goes boom and uses her because, you know, she's got that whole computer arm type thing, like all that technology in her arm, shoots the technology right in there to see what's going on in that one. And as she does it, she gets to see not just what's going on in Magna because it's like one big hive link up, which fucking so stupid, but it's like a hive link up to every droid that has been infected. So she gets to see everything, but somehow her brain doesn't fucking overload, which is beyond me in this mess. But she's like, oh dude, it's a mess, but they're everywhere. They've already figured out how to tap into humans, which thank God, because we got to end this soon. They're not going to be able to tap into humans, but whatever. The end. Okay. We don't cover the Mandalorian because the Mandalorian's stupid. All right. Vision. Speaking of stupid. Oh,
Marco's #1 favorite comic of all time with his favorite
whoever it is who's been harassing me about Momoka and how great fucking all her books are going to be because of Devil Days or whatever the shit that other comic was. Yeah, dude. If you think they're great, take a look at this fucking piece of work and know this is what she's going to be doing for X-Men 2, and she's going to ruin that franchise. Here we go.
Ruben's excited.
Mute him. Mute him. I'm serious. Mute him. He gets muted for this. You can't say that. Okay. Here's all the words you're going to see in a comic book. So if you want to read something in your comic book, good. Where's BK? This is a perfect book for BK. He can't fucking read anyways. Here we go. You got the main character, which is, well, not the main, kind of the main character. There's no fucking main character in this book. It's all a bunch of gobbledygook. But there's a girl named Coco who, spoiler alert, she's going to have a fucking lightsaber, but she's not a Jedi. There's something named Gel, which is like an android that kind of is supposed to be the android that protects Kako or whatever the fuck. Who cares? They don't use their names anyways in this book, so who gives a shit? Then you got Poop Poop, which is just this like little kid thing that's in the market. And then you got Tat Tat, which is like the avatar for the dead Sith that hangs over everybody's head.
Why can't you come up with real names? Like, why does these are the most pathetic?
No, don't worry about it. This garbage is all terrible anyway. So here we go. So the Sith is up there, and then wait, which one? Poop Poop Tat Tat, like uses the Sith whatever and tentacles and puts them down people's mouth. And then Cuckoo's like, yo, let's get out of here before we get something put in our mouth. And then they're like, yo, here's Poop Poop. And Poop Poop's like, I don't know what the fuck Poop Poop's doing. So then Poop Poop's hiding outside and like, yo, I drank a lot, maybe? I don't fucking know. Who knows? Do you want a piece of dirty fucking fruit? Let's all eat dirty fruit together. What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna. Anybody want to explain these fucking panels? But then somehow Tot Tot goes to Cuckoo and is like, yo, I'm gonna put something in your mouth if you want it or not. And then Poop Poop's like, wait, you're just chilling on a bed of fucking bulging things? Like,
What the
okay.
fuck are you talking about?
Are you reading this book? This is the book. Dom, this is the fucking book.
But you talk about putting bulging things in people's mouths.
Did you not see? That's what they do. That's what they do. Look at this. This is what they do. Look at this panel. They just put bulging things in the mouth. It's got veins popping out everywhere. So then all of a sudden, Tot Tot's face turns big and something shoots out of it and hits a bulge, but doesn't. And then Cock's small. And then you see like Tutu's head doesn't have anything in it because it wasn't Tutu. It was a side of Tutu that got shot. But then it goes to the Sith thing that's supposed to be dead, but it's not fucking dead because now it's got a head through it. And that's what's bulging out is all the stuff out of the Sith thing that's supposed to be dead. And then it's Poop Poop. But then the people who got stuff shoved down their throat are trying to grab Poop Poop. But then Tot Tot is like exhaling something and the robot's there. But then the Sith head's blown up. And now it's falling and pooping on everybody. And then Poop Poop's running away with a gun. And now all of a sudden the avatar is still there, which is Tot Tot. And Tot Tot wraps up the robot. And then Cuckoo just sits there. And then Kuka pulls out a lightsaber from someplace we don't even know because somehow she's got a lightsaber now. And stabs Tot Tot. And then the robot's head is off somehow. I don't know how the robot head popped off. But then Poo Poo's back. Even though Poo Poo ran away, Poo Poo's now back with Kaka. And then, I don't know, Tata's on the ground. And then some old lady comes up. And Tata's bulging is falling out of it. I didn't come up with the names. But hey, this is good news.
Well,
Takashi
awesome.
Takashi coming out with this book. So that's good.
I can't wait for this. But I can tell you one thing. Don't sleep on the book you just narrated.
No,
remember
don't buy it.
Sleep on that shit. That shit's garbage.
I know, but remember the silent issue of G.I. Joe with Snake Eyes, how good that book was.
It doesn't matter. This isn't.
You want to know why it was good? They didn't have stuff bulging out into people's throats.
Only if you believe that Kaka and Tutu and
Poo Poo are
good characters.
Poo Poo. Which one of those characters was the best character? Was it Poo Poo or Kaka? Which one, Dom? I mean, literally, that's
Dom. Nobody can.
At this point, if you don't get that,
compare this to G.I. Joe.
No, you did not do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. Come on,
Dom. We got to do better than that.
Ruben, there's no way. There's no shot. There's no shot, right? Yeah. No, it's K-A-K-A. Pop, pop, poo, poo, cock.
Look at that.
Yeah, you should get the 125 for $4.
I still think he overpaid for it. He overpaid.
You paid $10
by $3.99
for the 1 in 100. You paid $10.
Brandon, I mean, I'm serious. Brandon, wait till I've read the X-Men book. You just wait. Just wait till you see what happens with that X-Men fucking book, bro.
Oh, Marco's gonna be so mad.
Oh my god.
Marco loves X-Men.
Yeah.
Marco doesn't care about this, so like he can. This doesn't bug him.
But I want this.
Yeah, it doesn't because it's one shot. It's done. It doesn't bug me. That X-Men book pisses me off. It pisses me right the hell off. Anyways, let's get back to let's get my blood pressure back here before I fucking have.
No, but I want this. This is gonna be cool.
This looks good.
Next
I'm
This
excited
should be
about
good. Yes, I agree.
And he can draw. We like a lot of his artwork. As far as Star Wars fans, his books, because he's done a lot of like art already on books, and this sold well. So like,
yeah, no, this is exactly what we want to see.
Oh my god. That's I really think I'm having an aneurysm over that fucking book. All right, Bounty Hunters.
Dom has ordered 100 of those Life Day comics. They're coming.
This is I didn't even say the Life Day comic. This is Bounty Hunter number 4. This is coming out next week.
Surprise,
125. Looks like shit, but I'm gonna have to buy it because it's a boss cover. Holy shit, it's a bad boss cover, but it's a boss cover. I don't have much to say about this book.
Wait, when is this book stopping?
42. 42.
Yeah, 42 and two
Okay,
more
42,
books.
okay.
All right, D Squad's coming back. We are going to get, that's actually kind of cool. We're getting a QTKT cover. I will definitely be buying that cover. I have that figure. I've shown it before. I still, yeah, it's right here. I have that figure. I think we've all done this before. We know why this is. This is named after the young lady who passed away. This is a make a wish situation. Yeah. Really cool Star Wars, Lucas films, all those people that do that. I thought it was amazing. I will be getting that Dark Droid. That's the one that connects to the other ones, but I like that one the best. Okay. Also for you BT1 fans, there is going to be TD1 Droid. And if you got the Zuckuss eyeball cover, they have a 4-loam cover, so you probably should get those to match. Unfortunately, I'm going to be spending a lot of money on a shitty ass title.
That's a lot of money.
Shitty ass title. Okay, but I know I'm going to do it. So here we go. We do kind of see a cooler version of the Scourge here in the middle for the 21.25. When it's a $5 book, I might end up buying it.
Cover looks nice.
The what?
The Leah cover in Dark Droids.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It's just a random cover. Well, there's a 1 in 100 in this, so odds of you getting that cover is pretty good, pretty cheap. So there you go.
Now, Dark Vader books sell. Covers sell, so that might be a little bit more money than one.
The one on the right is nice. Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
that's
the 1 in 100 might. I don't. We're going to talk about 1 in 100s at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They keep doing this for the whole Dark Droid series. They don't. We'll see what they. Yeah,
there's not going to be many of them. That's the thing. Nobody's buying 100 of those things.
This is something cool. Oh, this is so. This is FOC, by the way. This is on FOC. This is what's going on in FOC. Yeah. We don't have a lot coming out next week. Also on FOC, and this is kind of cool. We're going to see a lot of these now, but actually, it's not cool. I don't know if it is cool. I don't know what the fuck it is. They're bringing back blanks, kind of. I don't know if you noticed this, but every title is going to have one of these black. It's the logo variants. There's going to be a Vader logo variant. There is going to be a Star Wars logo variant. Any series that they have is going to have one.
Is High Republic going to have one? Because High Republic never got a blank in the first place.
They might, but it's not going to be blank all the way. It does have the Star Wars stars in the background, space in the background, and it's going to. This is where the logo is going to be. It's not going to be at the top. It's going to be in the middle of the fucking book. Kind of sucks, but also if you have two,
you could do two arts. You could do something on the top, one on the bottom.
You consider they're charging now 120 for the little whatever, the little smaller sketches. I mean, that's not a bad remarks or whatever. You can get a couple of remarks and it's not bad.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I like the 1 in 25 too. I don't know why. I just do. I wouldn't pay 1 in 25 price for this, and then we get another Ahsoka Tano Rebels cover. So there you go.
But the thing I hate about it is they're doing the Rebels covers, which I'm so cool they're doing. But why are you starting with Ahsoka for the first Rebels cover when she wasn't even really the main character in Rebels?
No. Wasn't there one before this?
No, this is the first. This is the very first one that's coming out.
Just confusing because that was Clone Wars. Okay, yeah. Okay,
that drives me crazy. She can be in it, but you don't need to put Ahsoka first.
Put the fair. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. All right. Speaking of it, High Republic,
I got Shadow number 25. I got that one.
Yeah, that's Ro. They're putting Marchand Ro back on there. There's another character, Vice, over here on the right. She's looking old as shit. We'll be talking a little bit about that character later on when we read the books and a couple other times when we look at what her first appearance kind of is or whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, I just want to learn. But there you go. So we're going to have a lot.
The Ro is so different. Like, I just had to pick it up.
It is kind of a cool Ro.
Yeah.
That will be the one thing in the man book that I didn't like. Hey, Dom. Yep. I usually am against fucking you buying these dog shit books, but this Hans variant for season 2 was this number 7. I actually kind of dig it, dude. Kind of dig it.
Everybody likes Hans too.
The Believer, the best episode in Mandalorian season 2, the best episode, period.
No,
the Believer.
That's the largest one gibberish you could ever say.
No, it's not.
But that is cool. That's cool cover. Cool. I'm not buying it because I refuse. But if I saw it for eBay for $2, I'd probably pay $2 for it.
I think it's cool. I pay cover for it.
I'll pick it up.
Oh, shoot. So we've had a cool question. I put it on the IG. This is not coming out next week. It's the FOC for the week after, though, just so you know. I did this in reverse order. I didn't switch it. So I put this out on my IG today because I thought it was pretty cool because a lot of people were talking with the releases for the February books. It showed number 43. And it has the same character on it. And people were kind of going a little crazy for it. So 42 is technically the first cover for this Darth character. By the way, Sabe is going to be there too for 42. So is the Star Wars thing cover. Just so you know. But for 42, we're going backwards. And this is not a new Sith character. This is a rogue or renegade Sith. We first saw this character in 35. Now, a lot of people originally thought, because there's another character that shows up in 35. What was that guy's name? The weird dude?
The gem guy. I don't know.
Yeah, the gem guy. Everybody's like, oh, the gem guy. And this got a second print because of it. It still sells for fucking dick shit. But like, whatever. It is the first appearance of this Sith character. He, she, they, them, whatever you
It
want to
looks
call
like we don't know what it is.
Doesn't actually matter because it's not a real person. But this is who the character is. That is the first appearance of this character. This is just going to be the first cover of it. We wanted a little bit more from here. It's all the way back in 35. They only gave us like 3 pages of it. It was a weird thing where it then disappeared. It's like he touches like a gem type thing and then gets in this trance thing Luke does to go there. They're bringing that character back. They're giving us what we wanted. It's going to start in 4. It might be at the end of 41, but 41's the Dark Droid like finale, so I doubt it's going to be there. In 42, Luke has to reach out to this character again and is going to reach out to it for part of a story arc. So we're going to get 42, 43, and it looks like maybe 44, getting into this little Sith planet where this Sith and a bunch of other Sith are Sith type characters, but this Sith with its 2 Sith hounds, I guess we're going to call it, are going to be in it. We expect the name of this unidentified Sith. I mean, it had a lengthy discussion with Luke. We'll probably get a name for this Sith. Yeah. But just so you know, there's going to be a 125 out there. If you don't pre-order it, it's probably going to be pretty expensive. No, it's 42 because everybody's hyping up 43 right now because it's a better cover for 43. And here's a little spoiler alert. 42 is not showing, the 25 incentive is not showing up on everybody's order form for the distributors. There is one distributor who 42, the 125 is not showing the cover and not showing what's going on there. So make sure that if you might be able to sneak one in here if you pre-order a 125 currently, especially if it says not the art for 42, no art available or whatever. No, this is the art for 42 for the 125. Little spoiler alert. A lot of people have passed over this book because, you know, all they do is they just go like, yo, what's the order for coming out? Not realizing that next week in FOC, it still might not show up because one of the bigger distributors who used to be the biggest distributor is not showing you this cover. I don't know why, but who knows what they do over there anyway. So there you go.
Oh, the reason why is it a classified cover like a
No, it's not, because you can see it on an Arctic fucking animals site.
Oh, okay.
Something that seals eat. Yeah, so I mean it's not, no, I mean that's where I got it through anyways, it was through there. So this is yeah, cool. But it's definitely gonna be cool. It's definitely gonna be Dom's favorite, a first appearance of a character on the cover. And yeah,
not
it's gonna
the
be
first appearance. We already told you.
Yeah.
35 will be the
no
first
cover appearance. Because
probably the first time it's named, probably be first cover
person,
appearance, not first appearance.
This Sith had that cameo in
Cameo. I mean, it's like 3 fucking pages, bro.
Well, is it a cameo? Is that a cameo?
No, I don't call it a cameo. It's talking in 3 pages, and
yeah, it's talking. It was 3 pages. It was talking. It was 3 pages.
Action.
It was a part of the main storyline. It's gonna be the first. I mean, any way you want to look at it, buy the 25, buy the 125, buy it cheap, and then don't spend too much if you forgot to buy it, because you know what I mean. But it's pretty cool. We're gonna, maybe Star Wars isn't gonna suck as bad as we think it is. We're gonna get a couple of good.
It's going back to Sabe. So we got a couple episodes. We got a couple issues that might be good, and then we're going back to Sabe.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get 3. I think we're gonna get 3 or 4. No, I think Sabe's gonna stop for. I think. Well, who knows? We'll see.
Who knows?
All right. That's all I got on that. Oh yeah, there's the Grand Inquisitor. Oh, that's why too. I saw the Grand Inquisitor or something.
I'm buying all of them. I'm buying all the Rebels covers because I just.
No, this is the 1 in 25.
No,
this The
regular
A cover's to the left, so the character will be on the A cover too.
Okay.
Then there's the Rebels cover, which will be the Grand Inquisitor. They are going to have the blank. I think I'm just going to buy a bunch of these blank covers. I think I'm going to buy a bunch of the blank covers because I want them anyways. And I think I'm just going to get the 125 that way. So that's what I do. I'd throw in a couple of the A covers just in case. But yeah, those blank covers are pretty dope. And you can sell them for 5 or 6. Great show, hosts. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Andre. All right, let's go. What is up next?
Toys.
Yeah,
Wayseeker, can you run this? It's not a lot. Can you run it real quick?
Yeah.
I gotta
Not
get
a
it
lot.
fill up. All right, cool. I'm gonna get some.
All right, so for the holiday season, we're getting a diamond version of the Stormtrooper, which makes no sense.
Last year, right?
Yeah, it came out last year. I don't.
You
have
got one of those?
I have the 5-pack, and I have one of them. I have a 5-pack with all of
Yeah,
them. 5-pack.
right. There's a Boba Fett in the 5-pack.
Yeah, the Boba Fett's right here. I got the Boba Fett right here.
Man, why did they bring this back? This was the worst one.
Yeah, no, they should. You know what? I'm actually thinking they should have did a Boba Fett like this because at least I would have got the thing autographed, Happy Holidays, and have one of the guys who played Boba Fett put their name on it. But it's a T-shirt. You can wear the T-shirt to like an ugly sweater party, something like that. It's not a bad T-shirt. Pretty cool. I would get it for the T-shirt. That's it, just to have.
Yeah, fine, but not the pop.
No, not the pop. So we have a new Sabine Rebels. So they continued the Rebels line. The Rebels line was canceled. They went back to the Rebels line with the new Thrawn that just dropped from Target that sold out, and now Box Lunch has a new Sabine Warren.
What's
the
Box
Rebels,
Lunch?
Box Lunch is like the affiliate to like Hot Topic, and yeah, that's what Box Lunch is.
It's cool. I like that one. I wouldn't buy it, but it's cool looking.
Yeah, she has like the little spray gun that she's painting. Yeah,
that's cool.
This is pretty cool. So SH Figure Arts coming out with the diecast metal figures. So they're coming out with Moff Gideon's Super Commandos. I'm surprised that this got a figure first before Hot Toys. Which I like these. I actually would definitely buy one because I like the concept of the character. It's a Mando, but a Stormtrooper combined, Super Commando. Commando, yeah. So they're coming out with the mini busts. They have old Han.
No, we do not need old Han.
No. Hey, well, they're making the mini busts. People collect these things.
I know they do, but why are you wasting your money on this thing?
I
mean, it looks pretty decent. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but we do not need old Han.
No, we don't. Not me. But we do need this one. The next one coming up. Life Day with the Porg. Life Day.
That's nice. That's nice.
It's actually pretty cool. You know what? Give or take. I have the Boba Fett ones and I have a Dr. Aphra one.
Let's talk about the favorite Han person on the show. Let's see what they think of this one.
Yeah, what do you think about that one?
I think you're muted. Turn your mic on.
Yeah, all right. I like it. How much is it? $20? $20?
No, it's $120.
No, not good enough. He looks good though.
He does look good, but we don't need it.
We got this Life Day. You get a Porg. Yay.
Yeah, you also got something that was about to go in the garbage can.
I know. So Hot Toys, Ahsoka the White. This is the Hot Toy that's coming out. That's dropping soon. It is pretty cool, but I am past.
They got
Ahsoka the
rolling
White. What other
eyeballs.
colors was Ahsoka?
Yeah, rolling eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, she looks really creepy in those middle pictures. With she looks like a vampire to me. Like she's like,
right?
With like the red stuff going around her.
Yeah, when she's like with a mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't into vampire Ahsoka. Like, not.
What are they
not
doing,
my
Balin?
thing.
They should do it soon. They're missing out.
Well, the reason why apparently what I heard with Balin, they're trying to work out something with his estate, his family, because remember he gets paid for the likeness, and the family might not want his likeness. So
that's not how that works.
Yes, it does.
That's not how that works.
They have to get
when
the family.
No. When he signs a contract for that show, they can make the likeness off of it because he sells
Yes,
the
but not
likeness
the
rights.
toy. Hot Toys is a different contract. That's
No,
why
no,
you
no,
had
no, 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 no,
problems-
no. You
you
no.
had
Star Wars
problems with
merchandise.
Batista.
Star Wars merchandise is off the.
No, when you had Batista, Batista for Guardians of the Galaxy, he had a problem. They had to negotiate. Also, Sasha Banks had the problem too for her likeness.
That's different because of the likeness that was the likeness thing that WW whatever they are nowadays, the wrestling company owns. That's different. They don't get into that anymore because of that. You signed the marketing rights away to the character. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like if you were doing a Batista or a Sasha, then yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of an issue there because
Alright,
the
so-
actual human beings likenesses were at play. Because if it looks too much like Sasha Banks, is Sasha Banks the name of the wrestler? What's her name? Or is that her real name?
Yeah, so, no, Mercedes
If
Moné.
it looks too much like Mercedes, or if it looks too much like, is Dave Batista the name of the wrestler Batista, right? Yeah. So there you go.
Well, the whole fact is that they're discussing the Balin
Sorry.
situation. So we'll see.
Sorry.
Maybe we've got a Balin sometime.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dom. They want to hear the theory on it. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that the people look that a lot of the likenesses they have to talk to the families if the person is deceased, if they want that person to have the likeness come out. Yeah, even though Star Wars does have the likeness, it's still that the person died. They have to talk to the family. The same thing with Peter Cushing. You know, with Grandma talking, they had to talk to his family, the estate.
No, that was because they were no that
Nope.
no, because they were recreating something that's not already created.
Okay.
So that Tarkin issue was they were, instead of him, which would be an acting part, they have to pay somebody for that. You can't just take. That's why the AI thing that everybody said. Everybody by this time, everybody's going to be an AI actor because of the strikes, and they can't do that because you still have a likeness issue there. So because they brought him back in a new area where he wasn't before, yes, it's a new addition. So you would have to pay for the likeness in the new area. You can't just steal somebody and make them AI. But when they sign these contracts, they also have a merchandising clause in there, and that's where they get the merchandising situation for him. So they could probably do that for him. But yeah, but they can't do Ahsoka season 3, Ahsoka season 2, and have him there because they don't have those
the
rights.
whole fact is the Balin character for the Black Series,
Mhm.
it doesn't look like Balin. Because you have the face recognition.
Yeah, but there's so many Black Series characters.
I know,
that
but the
look
Black
like-
Series that's coming off of Balin, it doesn't look like Balin. That's
maybe
what
they
I'm trying
didn't face scan him
Yeah,
because he's dead.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, like that's because he's dead, not because they didn't have the
because
likeness
they,
right.
they should have faced it. They should have faced the scandal before. That's how
Well, they
do
didn't
it.
know why would you face scan somebody if the character's not popular?
Well, he was, but that's what they usually get the likeness. That's how they,
He was dead before he was Dom.
I know,
Okay.
but I think they had it in the works anyway. But the fact is that once you sign up the contract, you gotta, you do sign up your likeness, but there are other rules when it comes to other companies like Hasbro, Hot Toys. You have to negotiate with them too.
Oh, so you're saying it's just I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what Hot Toys does. I don't know what Hot Toys does.
It's,
But Hasbro was Black Series. You just said that Black. Okay, whatever.
well, the Black Series, Hasbro has a license thing with the face recognition, and also
Usually, if it's officially licensed stuff, they have the likeness clause where they can use it too.
okay.
You just might. They just might not. Nobody scanned his face. Then I mean, I don't understand why you would scan his face. He was a minor character that they didn't know much about. So, sometimes that might be the issue. No, I mean, I like him. I think he turned out to be a good character.
He's a good
but,
character.
like, yeah, he was a good character, but like, it's expensive to do that shit. You're not just You're not scanning everybody and their cousin. You're just not doing it. So.
Yeah, and they just never thought he was going to die, so it wasn't a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, he
that's
was
an
the best
opinion.
part of the Ahsoka series.
Yeah,
It sucked.
he was good. I don't know if he's the best, but he's good.
Okay, my bad. He's now a Chinese food. Okay.
It was good.
All right.
Book review time.
Book review time.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear Marco have good things to say about George Mann because this is something he thought he would never ever
So
have to
this whole
say.
book was based on Marshawn Rowe.
Well, kinda. Like Martian Rowe plays this when we talk about it. He plays a really small part in a book about Martian Rowe.
What sucks about the guy that read this book too is he read. Okay, so there's multiple Martian Rows. There's Martian Rowe when he was a child talking to his dad.
Yeah.
Okay, who's kind of a little bit whiny. and at the beginning, and there's Martian after he's like, yeah, that really wasn't me, and I flipped it off and I took over the whole Nihil, like everything. This guy reads him like he's the first one when he's young, Martian Rowe, not when he took over. It was bad, man. But go ahead.
Weird. Yeah. So we'll talk about it a little bit, Martian, and how that is displayed. But yeah, it is a book about Martian, and Martian looms on every page, but he's not really the main character.
Not at all. Not anywhere close.
So, which I kind of appreciated because then he didn't ruin the character.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Some of the characters, we're gonna look at the bads. I have my own personal nerdy flowchart I put in later. So, Martian Rowe is one of the main characters here. You got Vice, which is Admiral Vice, is the person, the Minister of Protection. You got Garrus Staros. And the book really focuses on Vice and Staros more than the other two. She's
maybe, yeah.
And Bulin plays a pretty small role, though. He's really cool.
He's brought up all the time.
Yeah, but he doesn't do much other than.
So you're telling me
he's going to be bigger in other things for sure.
Well, can we explain who that character? Do you want me to explain what that character? Let's explain the characters first. Martian Rowe runs all this stuff, right? Staros she was somebody who left the. I don't know how else to say this. This book was very. It had Star Wars usually does this with a bunch of different stuff. Like they'll go westernized, they'll do whatever they're going to do. Man typically writes fictional what's this stuff called? Medieval themes throughout his book. That was not the case. This was literally occupational history between the 19 teens and 1946. So if you know what two big events happened there, this had a lot of undertones from that. That Bolin character has a very lot of undertones from a certain regime of scientists combined together that were, let's say, from 31 to 44, right? Wayseeker, will we say that? Okay. Yeah. War read a lot.
Yeah. So these are the main bads. I have a chart for it here in a second, what they all do. You got a lot of the other main characters. These are the characters that are trapped on the other side.
I got a question about one of these characters later, and one of them for the other one too.
Oh, Porter Angle, Jesus Christ, man!
Avar, Porter, and Real Dario. Real Dario featured heavily in the Valo book, whichever one.
So was this book more of a bait and switch? You think it'd be concentrating on one thing, and then it says
it was a little bait and switch, but it was also about the thing you thought it was, just a different way.
I just got, I love history. So like this type of stuff, this book played, that's where man like really worked it out. Like it was very,
I'm interested to hear what you have to say about that, because I didn't pick up on some of that stuff. On the other side, and the Republic side, and one of the main characters is Lena So and Elzar Mann, which is kind of turned in, they're kind of like BFFs now, which has been pretty interesting in this book about how much she relies on Elzar to give advice, and he's taken over the Stellan role for her in that regard, to where he's
he's like kind of a little bit more G than Stellan was.
Yeah, but he's the trusted advisor in that part. You got Bel Zettifar, who is out at the border. We'll talk about the different places here in a second, patrolling. You got Buryaga. You got a person who we don't have their picture, but was very heavy.
I know you're not just trying to throw real in there like he wasn't, not like just a fucking mention, like a fart in the wind.
It was really interesting. I just wanted.
It was a fart in the wind.
His conversation with Elzar was really fascinating. I wanted to talk about that later. Kevin Tar was another person who was very prominent, and I was glad to see them bring back. He was in Light of the Jedi. He was the person that was on. I can't think of the planet now. The main planet, Hetzel. That kind of saved the day, and then went and worked for the Santikas. And so they gave him a job to do prospecting. And so he got brought back. I think was one of the more interesting non-Jedi characters of Phase One.
These were minors. These were like very minor. Even Buryaga just had a couple growls in there. It wasn't. He
was with Bell the whole time. He was in the. I looked at. Yeah, Buryaga was in like 12 chapters.
It was Kevlin Tar.
He was, but all he did, Bell would say it would be like 6 paragraphs on Bell, and Buryaga agreed with a growl. Like The fuck? But okay, go ahead.
Those are the characters. So I came up with a little chart here for you all, as I like to do stuff.
What
So
is
Martian
this
Row,
nonsense?
as they set it up, they have a
You really
three-tier-
loved book reports in grade school, didn't you? This was like
a
your thing, your shit.
three-tier system. He always likes these three-tier systems instead of having like the three different storms. Now you have the Minister of Information, which is run by Girastaros. You got the Minister of Advancement, which is run by Bullis. Bullen was interestingly a character, for those that remember, in Path of Vengeance. He was the one that set all the thermal detonators that Yana has to stop that was going to kill all the people during Night of Sorrow, and blew that up. And so he was part of the path way back then. Underneath him is the Children of the Storm, is what he kind of runs. And those are the four Jedi hunters who does experiments on. And we will meet his main protege in the Valo book, which is Niv Drendo Aprak. And so we have that one. On the other side, you got the Ministry or Ministers
She's
of
not
Protection.
in here, Bri. She's not in here.
No, which is run by Vice. And so, yeah.
You didn't
Blade-
catch that any of this is like the basis off of a certain fascist group
Yes, it is.
in World War II? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's exactly what this was. Like,
Under Vice, you got Blade 2 was his first appearance, and under him, his main protege was a guy named Melis Shrike. So
Okay.
on the other side, you have his bodyguards, which are the Sheer, and his main bodyguard is Aerith Fell, and he was in Trail of Shadows all 5 issues. His first appearance is Trail of Shadows 1. And then you have his, number 2 in charge that gives this, which is Thea Fair, and under Thea Fair is Nan. And so that is Martian Rose
hey, you did
overarching
fair there and then
strategy.
put fair. What the fuck? I got confused on your chart. Now I don't think I read this book. Now this chart doesn't make any sense.
What do you
What are
mean?
you talking about? This is not right. Okay.
It's so good.
All right,
I hope
go.
it
Next.
explain it for the people. I'm doing the work for them.
Does anybody understand this nonsense? Because he just said Thea Fair is a break off over here, and then non, and then but
that
Fair is
was-
also under share.
She's the second in charge. She's the main advisor.
Well, you
with
have her
Thea
as
Fair.
it. Okay, go ahead.
She was the one that was with the droids, and
yeah, no.
yeah. And then the Sheer.
I read the book. Okay.
And then on the other side, I got one more. These are the characters that are in the inclusion zone, and here's the characters in the Republic, in case you don't know who's who.
This was printed on the other side. You asked and you shall receive, John. There you go.
There you go.
Jesus.
So if you want to know who's in the Republic, you got Yoda, you got Bell, Burry, Elzar, Reith, Emmerich. They're studying. They weren't featured in this character, but they're there. They're studying the history of the Nameless. Amedeo and Melox, Indira Stokes, those people, and all the
We should use
council for the
pictures
most
of
part
this. Really
on the
strong.
Republic. In the occlusion zone,
Okay, hold on. So the Republic space is a certain space. The occlusion zone is a circular thing that nobody can get in, almost like a blockade in space. If you try to get into the occlusion zone, guess what happens? Your ships blow up. Okay, so you can't get in, you can't get out. Can't get in, can't get out. Don't ask why. It's way too fucking complicated.
Yeah,
you
well,
don't fucking need to know.
it goes back to phase 2 when it didn't work.
You don't
in
need to
phase
know. Don't worry about it. You just can't get in. You just can't get out.
Yeah,
Okay, go
it's
ahead.
cool. On the other side of the storm wall, Avar Chris, Porter Angle, Ty Yorick will be over there. So we're going to get some more Ty Yorick stories. They said there. Avon Staros is over there. You got those 3 kids that we can't wait to hear about with Gavi, Tep Tep, and Kildo. They're over there on the occlusion zone. Ram's over there on the other side of the storm wall. Vernestra's over there. And Pratre Vader is over there as well.
And this wall that they have is very based off of a wall that maybe East Germany was on one side, West Germany was on the other side. If you try to go by it, you just get shot and killed. Blow up cars before they even get across them. Okay, there we go.
You can't get through it.
Can't get through it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why he looks so old. Yeah. There you go. Wayseeker, fuck PowerPoint rune. Okay, there you go.
Just gotta go through it when I read my books. Gotta make all my notes. So you got some of the.
Why
notes.
do you have Ava Star? This is why you gotta get off the Star Straight. She's not. You have like a lot of good guys here, like Chris and Angle and Turk, and
because they're going to feature heavily in the
then
coming book.
But then you have Staros. Like everybody knows she'd be on the bad guy side because she's a bad guy.
Avon's not a bad guy. She's the kid. She hates her mom. Her mom.
Oh,
kidnapped her.
yeah, that one. Yeah, nobody gives a shit about that one though. She's not even there. No, they don't even bring her up really.
Mom talks about her a couple times in the book. Anyway, you can get on me if you want.
Listen to me. If it's only two
I
sentences,
like it.
don't fucking
I
bring up
get
two
it.
sentences. You confuse fuckers, and it becomes an 8-hour long, boring ass book report. If you do that, just because you want to talk about some fucking character that they just said her name one
I
fucking
just put
time.
her on the list. I didn't even talk about her. You're the one that's making a big deal out of it. Storylines. So this book has two different storylines. One side of the storyline takes place in the Occlusion Zone. And it takes place all over the Occlusion Zone, and also takes place at Hetzel because Hetzel is Martian Rose base. Martian, tries to take away the symbols of the Republic and use them against them. Hetzel was, the time where they saved the day and, stopped the great disaster. So he goes in there and makes Hetzel his one failure, his base, his sign of success. So half of the story of this book takes place in the Occlusion Zone, which you get Porter and Avar and all of Martian's people in the Occlusion Zone. The other half of the story takes place primarily in two places on the other side of the wall in Coruscant, where we see all of the Jedi who've been recalled, and Elzar working with So to kind of figure out how they can get through the blockade, how they can take down the wall. And also there's people patrolling the border zone because they want to steal a path engine, because the path engine is the only thing that can get you through the wall. And so all of these Jedis are trying to steal the path engine.
When we said you can't go back and forth, that only applies for the Republic. The Nihil can get through and back, and they do raiding parties. Because also inside the Occlusion Zone, it's bad in there. They're trying to kill some people because they're running out of food. They don't have any, figure it out. Once again, another history point. I'm not going to tell you all history, but you can figure out where that is and what they're trying to be.
Yeah.
But also has to deal with red armies.
I have some questions at the end, but those are just the overviewing slides of what you need to know, where the story is.
BK took BK's mom let him out of timeout.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah. So, all right, what do you want to talk about in this book?
I thought I did talk about this book. It was good. That's what I like better about it. It wasn't about he didn't just over exaggerate bullshit made up medieval thing. I thought the play back and forth of the development of characters, even though they were very strongly based off of historical, factual historical characters, he did a great job implementing that into the storyline. Back and forth, he did it on the political spectrum, and he did it on the grunt spectrum. He did it on the social level as well as the economic level. It was very well done. I will say, if you listen to the book, it's read pretty poorly by the dude that did it. However, greatly done. The cliffhangers. What I also like was he wasn't allowed to fucking kill off any major characters. Right. He was allowed to very weakly give us we don't know if these characters are dead or not. Now, listen, I'm done with that. All right. We're in phase 3 of High Republic at this point. Either characters are killed, characters aren't killed. He did kill one character that we thought we did have as we're not sure if this character is going to die or not. And how he did it, it made sense. It made sense that that's exactly what happened. I do think it would have been nice if he expanded on. Can we go back to one of the characters? The Nazi doctor, whoever the Nazi doctor is. What's the Nazi doctor's name? Ulin. I know we're not supposed to say that word, but what the fuck ever. That's what he is. So
you've gone past. I'll get it.
Okay. So Bulin apparently has also got an army of. It looks like they went in the Occlusion Zone, and anybody who's force sensitive, which is very interesting because with what we thought they were going to use for the Pathfinders and what they originally used Santika's kid for was because she was kind of force sensitive and she could see the future. They now are using those kids in the Exclusion Zone, wrapping them up, kind of like Palpatine did when he was trying to get them to turn to Inquisitors, and they are mutating them, right?
Yeah, Brian, I'll answer your question in a second. I'm not ignoring you, but yeah, it'll come up here when we talk about
who killed off.
No,
Lord, no, she's not.
So yeah, no, they're mutating them, and so in the comic book that we saw, when we saw this force sensitive guy that can jump, that also has the ginger, things coming out of his hands.
That's something from Bulan.
We are, this is one of the people that Bulan is, experiencing. So now we think most likely that character in that first comic is force sensitive and has been enhanced by Bulan in some ways. And so that's what they are. Where is Lorna D? Lorna D is in that comic. And so that we reviewed last week, we reviewed High Republic 1.
Yep.
And so all the characters from that comic didn't make it in here. So like what's going on with Kiwi and all of that stuff,
Yeah,
not
they
in
didn't
there.
make it in here.
We know that she is on the Republic side working with the Hutts.
Wait,
So
I
Lorna
will
D is working with the Hutts.
Yep.
She isn't killed off.
She's in hut space currently. During this,
Yeah.
she's in hut space.
Yeah.
This is the thing I'll say. I know because you were very high on the V's character that you're going to say all great things about it.
I think that was the worst storyline.
I was hoping that they'd kill it off. Yeah, I was hoping that they'd kill her off by the end. Thank you. Okay, good.
I think Vice was the weakest storyline of the book.
Yeah, so Vice, they kind of lean towards, spoiler, the end that Vice might be dead, but no.
Not dead.
Same
Not
thing with Porter Angle. No.
Yeah. They get in a huge battle, which, part 2, it's one of my questions. They get this huge battle. Vice actually kind of wins the battle a little bit against Porter, stabs him.
That's kind of and kind of doesn't. Like,
and it kind of makes you wonder. Both of them are missing at the end of the book.
That's what they did. They did the Buryaga thing where it's missing, so they're not.
But they're both alive. So they're going to be they're going to be a battle number 3 that comes up between them two. Vice, though, is like the main person that leads all the army. But pretty much her henchmen do all the work. She takes credit for it, and she doesn't do anything in this book of recognition.
Pretty shitty. This is one thing, though, that was pretty interesting about the development of the Roe character. It's something they've gotten back to, and when you listen to the audio, it ruins it. He has the tactician that, I'm not saying he's Thrawn, but you know that like little 3 steps ahead tacticianist type thing? He has that. And when they use the whiny voice that they use, the young kid voice for him, it like really takes away from like what he was doing there. I mean, there's some parts in there where you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, who is he? And it makes him seem not as ruthless, and he doesn't seem as dangerous because they do that. Even though if you read it, it probably comes off a little bit more because you're doing a different tone in your head, that he has done these certain things, and certain things where you're like, okay, that seems like a legit reason to do things. Certain characters do, like Staros. Then you're like, oh yeah, now I get, because you're like, oh yeah, but she's gonna, whatever, this, that, and then it doesn't work out, and you're like, oh, okay, I see why it doesn't work out, and certain elements of that.
Yeah,
I will tell you, the Bullen character, I hope that they do a subset on him, and we get at least another story written by somebody. And I would say Gray would be a perfect person to write that.
Well, I know that Bullen's people are going to be featuring heavily, I believe, in the Jose Older stuff. So it might be the kid.
Great.
It might be the kid stuff that we get more of that storyline.
Which I guess you'd have to do to lighten it up, because it is very, like, the undertones of that character in this book. The undertones, by the way, if you're offended by history, don't read this book, because like they're not shy about who they're talking about here, right? Like, it's very clear who they're talking about and their opinion on fascism and communism. It's very, very clear. So if you're sensitive about that, please don't read it. But I thought how he was doing that, I would hope we'd see more like we did in the first book, where we see that Hut type, or the character that's with the Hutts, like shoot out there, like, or with the Nihil shoot out there with the Hutts, with the attachments and everything else. Because I think they could do it in a way where it's not children, right? And that's where I worry about it with Older, is if they go into the children element, they're going to soften it up. They're also not going to make it as cool, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to pull that one off. It's a tricky thing for them to pull off. It will.
I'm not saying anything's cool. I'm just saying, I mean, let's talk like a teacher. All right.
I think they did a really good job with Staros too. Like, I did not like that character as her mom, very much. But trying to see her overcut and try to take over Ro, like, there's a power struggle going on here where she thinks she's going to beat Ro and take over, because Ro doesn't understand what he's doing, and Ro clearly is 5 steps ahead of her.
He's drawing her up all day long. Yeah, she sees it as
just using her. Yeah, throughout the whole book.
She is the polished, I went to like Harvard because my mom paid somebody off, so I know more than everybody else. She's the Taylor Swift of Star Wars characters, and she comes up against somebody and she thinks that he's not that bright, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I've been using you the whole time. Cool. Which is cool.
I think they did that well. I think they did that really
once again, I think, I know that Mann's writing style is medieval fictional history. He needs to leave that alone. He needs to move on to industrial history, and I think he will he will do very well because this is, I mean, this book, I mean, obviously that's a passion for me anyway. So like, you know, I like to like that, like all that type of you know, the errors coming from like, I don't know, after we got off of our shields and swords is pretty cool. So I really did enjoy this. And, you know, like that type of war and tactical stuff was nice. And they did it here very well. And, you know, I don't know. This isn't the place to have such a deep conversation with it.
Yeah.
But he did a good job.
It's clear Dom's going to be happy about this one. Avar Chris is the main character.
I was hoping she was going to die. She was this close to dying. That's the only thing I did have a problem with it. She was this close, literally that close to dying, literally that close to Nameless sucking her fucking life out, and she did it.
Porter saved her life, and
Porter saved her life.
She's the main character, and I actually think it is. She's the main character.
Hopefully they kill her.
Phase. They're not killing her. I actually think they did a good job with her redemption. Like there's part of the book where like I got so tired of her whining about not knowing who she is. And like not trusting herself and not believing she's good.
Oh, that fucking song thing at the end, stupid as.
But
I can hear
at least,
I do have a
at
question.
least I think she's pushed back in the right direction of where she needs to be, of more like the person she was in.
Hey, Wookie,
Jedi. You know, the very first book, but so did I think it's getting back to that version and not the comic version. And so I think man has pushed her in the right direction. So Dom, I think you might be getting what you want.
He gets his hands really dirty.
Thank you. Finally.
Also, too, that Dario character, they use her as like a propaganda, but
people wanted to blur Porter.
All right, go on to the next one. Yeah, they did a shitty job on it.
It's so bad. Why is he drawn this way? Like,
go talk to Charles. Go talk to Charles someday. You like it? Hey, I'm usually about like don't harass artists, especially from the great state of Michigan. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Charles Soule takes an L for this, and every day you want to, you can walk up to him and just go, Porter Angle L, Porter Angle L, Porter Angle L.
The chef that he cooked, he wound up getting fat because he's trying to say something that.
Yeah, but he's cut off his stuff too. Just drop L's all day on him for this one. Because this one, hey, sometimes you don't. And he's very arrogant about this not being an L, by the way. I like you to know. He doesn't think this right here, this image, is an L. He is very arrogant. Like if you nicely say, hey, why did Porter cheat? Oh, because no, you just don't know. Like that's what he is. It is because I say it is. And it's like, yeah, that's an L, bro. Like L. So there you go.
Porter was okay in this book. He wasn't great in this book. He had some good moments, but he had some really slow moments too.
He did, but I think it was because what Man wanted. You could tell Man was holding back on this character because there's only
pasty white and not blue. That's his truth.
He who Porter? There was a picture. Yeah. Well, he wasn't. He was still white. He was still white in the original drawing and the original cover of him. He just wasn't. He wasn't this. He wasn't fucked up Santa Claus. He wasn't fucked up Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't fucked up Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Combination of a fucking Viking and he. You know what ended up happening? Fucking Charles watched the fucking what was that Viking series that came out around that time? He's like, oh, you know, it'd be really cool is if we could fucking have Odin's son fucking
he
up
reminds
here.
me of from Gargoyles, the fat gargoyle, what's his
kind of
name?
he's a combination of that, right? Odin's son, exactly. No, he's like Odin's son because he's missing the eye thing, right?
Yeah,
so like he's like, oh shit,
And
Thor came out. Oh, we're gonna drive Odin's son shit.
The two horns in his head look like bumps and not friggin' horns, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What do you think about Elzar in this book? I know you love Elzar.
I do. I don't think they did him justice. The only reason is because like, can we stop? Can we stop with the fucking Geos thing? Can we stop with it? Can we?
I'm hoping that this is the end of it because it was.
It was
100 pages of this book.
I mean, we all got homies, right?
It could have been 20 pages of this book, but it was 100 pages of this book.
It was way too many.
Him and Avar.
You could have dropped it 5 times. We would have been cool with it. dude, that scene with singing and then him showing up in a fucking like in the not to man, but showing up in the background, like not even a force ghost, just an image. Like at this point, like I'm sorry, Geos wasn't that fucking exciting of a character in the first place. He was well, no, because they wrote her bad, but he wasn't like Man has always been the most exciting. After that, I'd say Geos is like the fucking vanilla ice cream, but not like the good vanilla ice cream, like the cheap, like when you go to the store and you're like, oh, look, it says French vanilla ice cream and it's $1.99 and you pick it up and you're like, wow, this just tastes like frozen milk. That's what Geos is. Okay. Like that's just what he is. So, I mean, hey, not knocking people that don't like any flavor, but like that's what he is. So I'm not like to bring it up like he was like this big guy who had so much to do and influenced everything. And like they talk about him like he was he invented Star Wars, like he invented Jedis.
Right.
He's not Yoda, bro. He wasn't anything. He's just some dude that was like.
Did Bell Zafar had a big part?
Yeah, not a huge part. It was a decent sized part.
Yeah, decent size. And he's straight up. He's like ready. He's about see how that face gets a little angry. He's about ready to fucking rock and roll, bro.
There's a couple times where like he
Bell's about that life now. All of a sudden, yeah, he's about that life. He is. Don't fuck with him. Yeah, he's about that life.
He's mad, and it comes out.
But... And they add Soul, who was like this passive fucking leader. She ain't playing no more. She's gonna put one of those. She's gonna put one of those lion hounds. I would not be surprised if one of those lion hounds would devour somebody sooner than later. Because she's not fucking around. She's pissed. She's all types of pissed. She's all types of pissed off.
And with these characters aren't the big, like we said, Briaga was the biggest of the three. Aslan had an interesting interaction with Elzar, where he's like, "Oh, you remind me of me," and so it's kind of again bringing that dark side. That was
literally those words. You remind me of me. The rest of it was just a recap of what happened before in the comic that we already saw.
Yeah, but he comes back again. Yoda brings him back afterwards and says, "Now look, this is why I was right. We got to keep using him." So I showed you all my charts, the storylines. We already talked a little bit about overall impressions. What character was done best? Which one was? I think the Vice was the worst of the characters.
I think if you just for the audio listeners, if you imagine the voice being different and more like menacing, which is what the guy was trying. Once again, whether the guy was trying to go for, but it was not. Anyways, it sounded more whiny. If you actually read through the lines that he has, he was done very well.
Ro was done well. He was done
very.
He's a real villain, and they've continued to make him into a real villain that you kind of can't wait to see what comes next.
And then that Bolin character, although he doesn't talk a lot and doesn't do a lot. I mean, he does. No, he's brought up a shit ton, but not a lot of verbiage out of him. Probably most intriguing character out of the lot.
Yes.
The worst.
I still think I think the character that done best though was the Chancellor. I think So was done really well.
So was done good. I would say that Chris. This is the best Chris we've had, but it was 75% Chris.
Yeah.
It wasn't 100 Chris. 25% of that Chris was just straight trash, homie.
So are you excited though? Because we are now all in after this book on the Avar Chris Redemption Tour.
No, I'm not. I'm hoping that that's a false flag, and she is eventually the next.
No, I want her to be better.
Her head just gets chopped off in the next one. I hope Laura D comes up and just chops her head off.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Well, I don't think that's happening.
I think Laura
skipping
D
ahead
winds up turning good.
I thought 2/3 of the way into this book, maybe 3/4 of the way into the book, we were going to get Ahsoka 2.0. And I was scared that we were going to get Ahsoka 2.0 because there was a time where like a group of people were from the Republic side were going into the storm wall to try to get into the other side, and Avar was getting out. So I thought what was going to happen was Elzar was going to end up on one side and Chris was on the other side, and it was just going to be switching the characters, and they were still going to be apart. I am so glad we didn't get Ahsoka 2.0. Without giving too much away for people who haven't read the book, I was really sure there was just going to be.
See, that's not where I saw that going. Where I saw it going was they were going to save Porter Angle and get him out, but she was going to get stuck, and she was going to be in a dungeon. And there was going to be a Nameless going after her. And I would have liked that better. I really would have. Even after everything they did, I would have been like,
so then they would get back in. We were just going to get the flipping.
No.
where one ended up with 1 star and one ended up with 1 star. We didn't get that. We didn't get Ahsoka 2.0. That's good. I was so happy that we didn't get Ahsoka.
I have a problem though too, which is a little bit with that. The stupidity of, in one part said it, but for some reason to get out there, if they expand the wall of the occlusion zone, why weren't all the people who are with the Republican Jedi just like, yeah, dude, cool, man, we're gonna sit here and let it take us over, because like Bell did, because like
Bell did. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. They
Well,
wanted
why-
to get in there anyway. It made no sense to me either. Why
that didn't
wouldn't
make any sense. That part was really bad.
you
That
wanted
part,
to storm? You wanted to storm the other side, so you had your opportunity to storm the other side, and Bell's the only one like we should do it. No, that didn't make sense.
that didn't make sense at all. No.
Other than that, and the other question is, we already talked about Porter and Vice. They're both alive. We both know they're alive.
Yeah,
They're missing. They're coming.
he's going to end up killing Vice. That's what's going
He
to
is.
happen to Porter Angle,
He is. He's
because he
going to kill
took
Vice.
her weapon out of his arm and threw it into space, so she has no weapons anymore.
Yeah.
And they said they couldn't find the bodies. Okay.
But where are we headed next? Or this occlusion zone, the next 2 books are all about the occlusion zone and how they can't get through this wall. I liked it, this book. I don't know if I want 2 more books about them not breaking through this wall.
So here's the thing about it. There's like, once again, I keep bringing up the history of it. There is some very books that have been written documenting when real life human beings have been in these occupied areas, and that have been in isolated spots. I assume that that's what they're going for. I will also say with you, that's not going to take 2 more books. That's going to take 1 more book. Unless one of the books is from the side. If they pull a Game of Thrones type situation where you get, instead of chaptering out every 4 things, you just go, which Game of Thrones did, but I'm saying like the original thing of Game of Thrones was supposed to be 1 book from one point of view, another from another, they put together. If they do one where we get 1 point of view strictly from the Nihil side, and then we get 1 point of view from the Republican and citizen side, I will take those 2 books in those forms, because you know what's happening, right? They're going to start the rebellion in the occlusion zone. They've already started the seeds of that, because they off some of the civilians. People are starving. We know how the reaction is going to turn out here already. We do not need that much, but to find the people and start like, oh, I know that J.K. What's her name? Who wrote the Ahsoka book?
EK?
E.K. Johnson. E.K. Johnson, when she did the Ahsoka book, it was the first part of the Ahsoka book where you're getting these little split out side parts where you got to see like Ahsoka going to different planets and hiding, but at the same time starting rebellions up. Like, that's what we should be seeing out of one of the storylines. And the other one, we do have to clarify what is going on with the Nihil 2. Because I will tell you at this, although a lot of areas were great, they skimmed over some parts I wish they would have addressed without giving away the book. And there's other parts that they got way too deep in, and people need to be killed.
Yeah.
So,
Brian, a lot of the things that they took from this book, from the books from Phase 2, they took the wall. The technology behind the wall was something that they were developing, and it didn't work because it got hijacked at the Night of Sorrows. So like the technology piece of the wall was there. You get that. You got some other stuff, you know.
So out of Phase 1,
like we learned like Barash is probably still alive somewhere hidden that Porter thinks.
So the Porter Angle stuff from 1 and 2, both Phase 1 and 2, you got injected in there. The man stuff from Star Wars, the Star Wars during the Phase 2, and a little bit of Star Wars, the other stuff that you're seeing, the pre stuff, like you get to have that portion in it. From Phase 1, you're still getting the Chris stuff. You are getting, you got from the beginning of Phase 2, the Marchand Rowe stuff that was just there very briefly with the Star Wars, and the end of Phase 1. You got those 2 combining things there. You got go back one, go
You're
up.
saying like even Bulin, like I said, Bulin was a character in that one book.
Yep.
Vice was a character in Phase 2.
Phase 2, yep, you got those in Phase 2. You got, there you go, you got Ezra Real from Phase 2.
Phase 2, yep.
The Buryaga stuff was from Phase 1. So they're linking Phase 1 and Phase 2 stuff up and marrying it together in this one. We didn't get the Kiwi stuff and the D stuff, but they marinated those things together in the comic book. So I think they're trying to, they did reduce the amount of Master Jedis. They have reduced some of the Jedis. I mean, we have had some clear cut now answers on what happened to Jedis, who's dead, who's alive, right?
Yep.
And it looks like they're getting some more, getting rid of some more. So we'll be able to figure that out. So they are tying both in there. I think it's going to take, maybe 6 more comic books and 1 or 2 more novels to solidify us into phase 3. I know they say this is pre-phase 3, but it's still phase 3. It's just trying to get all the characters linked up.
Yep. I mean, I think that was one of the. If you like Light of the Jedi, this is what I say. You'll like this book. If you didn't like Light of the Jedi, you're probably not gonna like this book, because this book, and like Light of the Jedi it has a lot of different storylines going on at the same time, which is very different than Phase 2, which really focused on 1 or 2 storylines and pushed them. But if you want a lot of storylines going at the same time, this is a good book. But that is the big difference, I think, of what this one was.
I like that. I did like that style of it. But I mean, that's why, like I said, I like the Game of Thrones style of writing on it. But I have to, instead of Game of Thrones where it expands and we get everybody's story, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need that for the next book, right? Or the next 2. And then after that, we need to not dissect it. We need to
it's gotta come together.
So let's see what all, take Rose section in one of these books, all the bad guy storylines. Take the good, hey, we're in the North. We're doing all the stuff with the North. Now, the other book is about, we're down at Castle Rock. We're doing all the characters in Castle Rock. And then that's it. Now we're back together. And this starts to do a little bit of that, but I hope they, do that quickly, because.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think that was good. We got one comic thing to talk about from this for the last High Republic. But Wookie, you can unmute yourself because we're done talking about the book now.
Well, yeah, because I won't spoil anything here. But since we talked about the book, the novel came out, we figured that we would get into some of the characters that were in there and give you their first appearances and how those first appearances and variants are doing currently in the marketplace. So here we go. We start off with one of Wayseeker's favorite, the Staros family. She likes all Staros. She's not a spy anymore. She's literally
Minister of Information.
No, well, yeah, but also Marchand Rose Bang Bang chick. So
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He definitely says that a bunch of times. I tap that. He says it a lot.
No, but not as much as he used to. She misses it. So
he's keeping her out. He's not tapping that anymore, or as much. She does say she wish she'd get some more of that row. You know what I mean? His lightsaber. She does say it a couple times. All right. Also, we get Chancellor. Now, here's the interesting thing about here. She was pictured in the background of one panel in Star Wars High Republic 1, but that's Dom. There you go. What's that called?
A minor cameo.
Okay. Yeah, it was a very minor cameo.
Yeah,
and then here we go. We get her in Trails of Shadow 2, which is kind of her first appearance. Kind of it is. Okay, the 1 in 25 for this. The raw high for 1 in 25 for this book.
Do I have that book?
$3 and $3.06. It's a 1 in 25 for $3.62. The B cover, you could buy it. Well, it's actually the C cover because the 125 was technically the second cover.
Yeah.
But the solicited 3 cover, which was just cover price, if you feel like spending 99 cents, they'll give you a couple of them, probably. Average 9/8 are $26.21 for this book.
Jesus. This is a time to buy all the 9/8 and just have them and put them away.
Yeah, so for those ones that remember these things,
if you have space for that, Dom, but who has space for all that stuff?
I know, but no, for the High Republic here, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Even our checks guys are like, dude, what the heck? And I was like, but we told people for a long time, listen, these books were gonna. So now this book at 125, minor keys in it at one point, $80, $90, $120 book raw, $26.21 for 9/8 on average.
I would buy this for $362.
Yeah. 362. I mean, fill your run if you have to. Do whatever you want. It's got some characters in it. All right. Also, to Darth Croc, as we used to call him a lot. Listen, I usually don't do second prints. I usually don't do other stuff. But this, for those people that don't know, this is the JJ first appearances. We used some of Wayseeker's Phase 2 first appearances in this stuff. This was the slide we did on the list. We did it because I'll be honest with you, we tell people not to overspend. But I know the boys really liked the Mayhew too, so JJ put that there because I think he bought some or whatever. The high for this second print. That's what we're doing because he's on the second print. This is one God bless you, Darth Lopez. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I just want to say shout out to Darth Lopez. If you see him, tell him we care for him. We're seeing him. Much love, and tell him
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
Give it to him. Just tell him he's ruggedly handsome. It's okay. He needs to hear it right now. All right. So if you see him, make sure you're telling him ruggedly handsome. However, you can also tell him he's completely wrong on this book. Highs for this book are $8.27. Raw averages is $5.16. The low is $3. There was one outliner book with that $8.27, which drew a lot of these lower books up into that realm. You can probably get this book for undercover price. Just to let you know. I did decide then to do Crawl the Virgin, which that book was, if you bought it for retail, just that one, not both copies. It was an $80 or $90 book. I can't remember what it was. Dom says yes, so it must have been that because he knew, because he bought it. 9.8s now. The high for a 9.8 currently is what you paid for the book. The 9.8 average is 619 or 6150. I'll be honest with you, you can get this book for $50 in the 9.8. The one high set off the fucking. Actually, I think it was 99. I think I misdid that, which really drove up the average of this book. There's raw selling for $18. I mean, just whatever. If you want it, I know people want it. We told you to wait for it. It was exclusive from Mayu. We got to be honest about it.
It is a cool cover.
Get what you want. Pay what you
I
want.
don't think this character is.
Hopefully, you didn't pay $140. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny. That book itself. I'm sorry. That book. There's 3 versions of that book. You have the Virgin. You have the regular trade dress, and you have a shadow cover, which is
you don't want to know what the other 2 books go for.
Yeah.
Because this is the highest one.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what the COA books. If you were paying $160 for the COA books, you don't want to know what those go for either, because it's not good. I'm just being honest.
All
right,
Jedi's lover right here.
Now this is Jedi Johnson's favorite character. He likes chicks that have detachable.
Yeah, she'll be back. We'll see her again.
We will.
I wish she would team up with Dr. Afra. I could see.
No, I think she can be all right by herself. So there was an instance that she does team up with the Nihil. We haven't exactly seen all that. We just saw it in this one shot of the Jabba Hutt thing. So is she going to be in phase 3? Probably, most likely. This is the 1 in 25. Average raw sale is $16.81. Low was $12.75. I will be honest with the low. I think the low said that it was a 9.0. So I mean, whatever. But still, $16.81 on average for a 1 in 25, especially this book that has a character that's going to come back.
I like this cover. I like this book.
Me too. I have a.
Yeah, but at one point, Jedi was saying this book was going for like $100 and some, and we saw
graded. It was going for a high price, graded too, 9.8.
Yeah, this was the one that Jedi asked us originally, should I wait on this book? And we said yes, and then he chose not to wait. So, but there you go. You have that. There is I didn't do the second print on this because we already did one. So, all right.
Second print is a cool cover with her with the body parts, or whatever. But
it's the design cover.
What's up, Kyle? What's good?
You don't see too many 9.8s in that one. So that one is a tough 9.8. You didn't put it on there.
Which one?
You don't see it for like it's the 9.8 still runs for like $80.
This one right here.
Yeah,
I didn't put it on it because it didn't sell in this corner. It was hard.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people asking for it.
So
he's a low pop simp, I believe is the word you're looking for, BK. All right. Star Wars High Republic. And welcome back then, Kyle. Star Wars High Republic. Number 6. The only reason I did this is because of the great so it's the leader of the Drangir. Most of them were supposed to die, but we do have the mutated character that has Drangir like something. Tentacles.
Yeah, right. Yep. But also the great progenitor. This is the one that
you choked over
dies. We think dies because this was on Starlight Beacon when Starlight Beacon went down. Though, maybe it's
a piece of it got off, and who knows?
Maybe the Nihil came in and grabbed her afterwards. We don't know,
because this is the thing that like spawned all the Drangir. So it was the central Mahai. So maybe they did, maybe they pulled it out. Also, speaking because we have a Peach Momoka book, the 1 in 25 of this was the Peach Momoka, also referred to as a shitting gold cover, because it looked like or pooping gold cover, because it looks like she was pooping gold. Somebody said that. I don't know why. The raw average for this is 9.23 for a 1 in 25. The low price of $1.99. $1.99. Now, with that being said, there was one book I think for the high that ended up selling for $20. So if you think about that, I think there was 6 or 7 books that sold here. You can take the 7 divided by that and figure out why there's a $1.99 low and it's $9.23, because probably the average price of this, even though it says it's $9.23, is closer to like the $7 mark. You can get a book like this for $7. So if you missed out on this Momoka, because remember Momoka fans, and they really love Momoka, they'll buy all their stuff. Yeah, that's what you got. Okay. I don't know. Probably the worst book, but whatever. And here's our girl. She looks terrible, but she was in Blade #2. Yes. Yeah, I like that though, huh? Yeah, nice picture. Book
like
we
that
like. Huh?
I like that cover, Blade.
Right. But this was a book that was selling
This one
very
was crazy. I saw
This
it
was
on this
crazy.
one. I'm still
Yeah,
waiting
this-
for this one to come down more. But this
this
one was
one was-
what, like $100
was
raw
100
out the gate?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
100. It was 112, 115 raw out the gate.
I like her character.
I mean, that's not what I paid for it. I paid closer to what the raw average was for this book.
I didn't pay that much for it either.
Yep. But the raw average for this book is $17.50. The last 9/8 sold for $69. Was this a 25 or was this a 150?
This is 25.
25.
It's 125. Yeah, I mean, cool cover. People liked it. I don't know. Think they bought it because they knew why. I know that because #1 did so well, a lot of people went after #2.
Charles
You know,
Soule
I bought
also
this
really
cover because I
pushed
like
this
that
one.
chick.
Huh?
I like that chick.
But also Charles Soule really pushed #2. He really
He did.
pushed
Yeah,
it.
he did. He did.
And
Especially
that also
considering in the
hyped it
back,
out
it's
of
like
the
a
gate.
1 page, doesn't say her name. I mean, I said it was going to be an argument book. It was an argument book. It is an argument book. I'll still give it to Wayseeker, I guess, and say, if you want it to be her first appearance, go ahead. Because I don't think the fucking character matters. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. So, but this book is cool. I know a lot of people don't have this book in their collection. Just to let you know, very good copies of this, like Near Mint Plus, sell it for $17.50 on average. Just so you can get it. Right now, Vanessa Rowe is my #1 focal point. I think eventually someone else will surpass her. Maybe I think there's going to be like a dozen that are going to come out there. You could be your fan favorites, and you won't be disappointed in. The second print, which has got the character on it, and this is why I also think that the fucking character doesn't really matter. This was supposed to be like, oh, the second print's coming out. We're going to watch. This character's so hot. Wayseeker says it's the first appearance because she's going to be on the cover. It goes down, and Wayseeker says it's the greatest character of all time. It's going to be super fucking important. Then she shows up in this novel and she sucks. Anyways, just calling you out on that, Wayseeker. You got it. Average raw sale $3.14. There was a low of 99. It was more than one low of 99. So, second print's not having their cocked shot. Actually, I guess maybe we can give it to.
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
Because out of the second prints we all looked at, the only one that was, at least steadily a couple covers selling above ratio, because it wasn't that one, is this one where you had a high of 827 and the raw average is actually above ratio. So I guess you got to give it to Darth Lopez for something. He's about as right as much as down. So.
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
There you go. Give it to him. I
Yep.
missed that comment. All right, cool. So that is why we won't be covering any more of the High Republic books, because we have now hit the majority of the bottom of the barrel, and most characters we'll reintroduce would just be books we've already covered. And if we're covering second prints and fucking store variants at this point, we're running out of shit to cover. So we will be covering something else on the next run. Don't get us wrong. We'll still do this. I know you guys are liking these kind of stuff. So we're going to go back and look at these books and have more of an opinion. But Wayseeker thinks some of those books he would still wait on. I'm not sure. I think the majority of those books, if you didn't have them, like now's the time to buy them, especially some of the 9/8s. If you can get it, make the offers out there. It doesn't hurt to make an offer. Make sure the guys that are trying to sell them for $300 for a $20 book, make sure you make the offer to that person first, so you will get blocked and you won't ever have to see their stupid prices being offered for stupid books that they don't want to sell. What I love is I know there's one person. Can I talk about this real quick? I'm going to talk about this. We usually don't do this when we do it on text. So I'm going to talk about this real quickly. There's one person that, in fact, that I knew was very busy in chats criticizing LCSs, criticizing vendors, saying, these guys, they just price their books up and da-da-da-da-da. And that person's eBay store is full of $30 books that he has priced, or she, I won't say who it is, at like $200, $225, no OBO. No OBO on that motherfucker. Like, oh, really? Yeah. Weren't you the guy that was always saying, oh, these guys are all going out of business because they're overpricing all their books. And now look, you literally got, I'm not saying it's this book. I'm not saying it's this book, but you got like, for example, this book right here in a 9.8, and you have 225. I'm not saying it. Don't go up to eBay and search because it's not true. If somebody does have it, it's not the person I'm talking about. But you have this book whose raw average is selling for $9.23 and whose fucking 9.8s are probably selling for $20, and you have it $235, no OBO.
Hey,
no, do
just
not
takes
make an
one-
offer on
It
this
takes
book.
one dom, you know. Somebody just go
It
out
does
there and
not,
wants
dude.
it.
Not on me. Hey, don't look at
Yeah,
me.
but then
not
I
on me.
looked at it. Then I looked at a couple other books on this dude's because I was like, "There's no shot, right? There's no shot."
No.
Then this type of book here, he'll have $900 on, no OBO. This book, $325. 9.8s are selling for $26.21, $325, no doubt. Like, dude, get out of here with your nonsense.
Yep.
I mean, nothing against it. You can ask whatever you want for a price, but don't criticize other people what they're asking for prices, and then be the dude that's fucking now when the market's turned, you got your shit way the fuck overpriced. That's why you live in your mom's basement, bro, or dad's, whatever. All right. Who's Lopez? Darth Lopez? Darth Lopez? You don't know who Darth Lopez is? Shout out Darth Lopez.
I'm handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome.
Lopez hasn't
Take
been
it.
around much lately. We miss Lopez.
Yeah, we miss Lopez. Be nice to Lopez. Just be nice to him, all right? I'm not gonna tell you why. Just be nice to Lopez.
He thinks he can
No.
win a swimming race with Marco, and I still want to see that.
That's never gonna happen. I'm literally like the keynote at the fucking alumni swimming event this week. Or funny, I'm not gonna say.
Can't wait. There's two things we need to see. We still need to see the Tetris tournament between Sticks and him, and we need to see
The day that if that thing's even close, even close, I swear, if that thing's even close, yeah, then I'll race him in the pool. I'll race him open water. I'll race him wherever he wants to race. I won't race over. I don't want to race open water. I'm too old for that shit. I'll race him in a pool. But until he plays the Tetris thing, I'm not. And I mean, I know he's gonna lose. But like the Tetris thing. But I'm saying if it's like at one point, if it's not like done in 5 seconds, like if Sticks doesn't defeat him within like literally under a minute, then maybe we can talk about doing an actual swim.
Oh, it'll be done in under a minute. There's no doubt. Yeah.
That's what they say. This is the new selling point. That's okay. All right. Let's do it.
Half? No, you don't want to pay half.
Yeah,
We do that. The how low will they go? And you look at like COVID prices and where they're going now, and it's like 80% for some of those, 90% slash. Anyway.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, he had to back up off of the racing issue there.
Yeah, he did.
He went too far with that one. Dude, there's no shot. I'm not knocking my boy Kyle. Kyle will tell you he's not beating Wayseeker in a 100-yard dash. Dude.
I mean, he's got
No, we're not going to do that. We're not doing
double
that.
B is all I'm saying.
Like I said
he's bigger than me. I'm itty bitty and I'm small.
But you're also younger than him.
I'm younger than him. I'm smaller than Pete. Just to put you in perspective, I'm smaller than Pete. So like, come on now. Like, there's just no way.
All right, I'll pay for it. I'll put money down on it. I'm taking bets.
All these races is like the Special Olympics
Oh yeah.
because we're all figuring goddamn.
Oh, but yeah. Oh no. Don't get it twisted. I would kill Lopez. I still would look like a buffoon. Like, do understand that. Do understand that I have no, like, I look.
Marco jump in the water.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I could just kick and beat him. Like, I could do whatever. But yeah, I'd be like, oh man, no, this is not. I don't want to race him. I don't. But it's not because I wouldn't beat him. I'd destroy him. But I know what I'm going to look like.
Hey,
But his hair is taller than Lopez.
Oh Jesus.
oh man.
Dude, Kyle does not have the 100-yard. Oh, miss dash. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's no way Kyle has a record,
Dude. No, dude, that boy didn't change out of Jayco fucking shorts his entire high school career. No shot. Like, Kyle, I love you to death. No shot. Yeah, I know. Oh, just kidding. I really don't.
No,
Really?
God.
But
Yeah.
dude, I would tell you if you're like, hey, Kyle could do 50 fucking pull-ups when he was in high school. Yeah, no doubt. I don't doubt that at all. But like he just wore Janko shorts all the time. You know, is that what the real long shorts are? Like the black ones? Then they wear a chain wallet.
Well, you know what? He could be wearing capris. They're kind of like not pants, but they're not shorts either. They're just high water, like really bad high waters. Capris.
But no, I mean, like he didn't like. I've seen pictures of Kyle before when he was younger. He looked completely different than he does now. I mean, we all did, but like
We all did.
Remember in Zombieland, cardio. Number one
yeah,
rule.
I don't know.
Cardio.
If Kyle was like, hey man, I could rollerblade any of you, I'd believe it.
Yeah,
I would
sure.
actually
He
believe
just
that.
says,
I
I'm pretty
believe that.
fast. I'm pretty fast for a fat guy. That's what he said.
Yeah, but he didn't used to be a fat guy. He used to be a very thin guy. Like I'm not saying I'm not saying he's like out benching me, but like he definitely maybe I don't know. He actually couldn't. He could out rollerblade me. He could probably do that. He was an OG Juggalo, I think. Or were you an OG Juggalo, Kyle? Oh, looked like it. No. All right. Well, thanks for. Well, I don't know why people are tuning in while we're talking about what races
They love
a bunch
this
of
stuff. They
fucking
love it.
old fat people are going to do, and then Wayseeker just whatever. I mean, if it was a watermelon breaking contest with a big metal or a big wooden mallet, Wayseeker would kill us all. We know that.
Yeah,
Is that too old of a reference? Yeah, is that too old of a reference?
And Ruben's right. I think we were like 7 away at one point. So we're real close. So keep telling.
I think we were like 1 away. I don't know. Who knows?
We might be. We might have already.
Oh, I mean, yes. Support Renovision. Sub to Renovision.
I think there's going to be some giveaways at some point. At 3,000, if I understood Pete right.
Probably is. Pete is going to give some shit away, bro.
Pete likes to give things away. That's just what Pete likes to do.
I don't know what facts are. If he's going to beat me in rollerblades, or if he's the original Juggalo, or if both are facts. Both could be facts with Kyle.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ! And he goes, "That would definitely happen, dude." Could you imagine if we had the fucking Renovision Olympics? Hey, and by the way,
dude,
no shot. I put the Renovision Olympics under any other collab of fucking YouTubers in the comic
We
realm.
would have to raise money for something for though.
Yeah, for sure we would. But don't ever get twisted. Just because we make fun of ourselves, dude, I'll tell you, Eddie.
We get Ruben in there too because Ruben gets to participate.
Yeah.
Ruben's gonna win all the events.
Hey, no, he wouldn't. But before that being said, just because we're making fun of ourselves, do understand. I know y'all take a lot of our content. Don't come over here trying to challenge us because that will not end well for you. That really won't. Right, Dom?
Yeah, it won't. It won't end well.
It will not. It will not. Because as much as
I can show you how fast I was. That staircase. Wayseeker seen it.
Yeah. Because some of us still just F around just because we love to find out. So like,
let's say we have a Renovision 5K. Who's coming in last?
In the 5K?
5K.
Oh, me, because I'm not even trying to fucking run. Not to do no shit. No, I'll just.
You're not going 3 miles. You're not doing 3 miles.
No, I'm not going to do it. No, why? Why? To run against you guys? No. Plus, I'd be laughing so fucking hard. I don't mind looking stupid, but I don't want to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just some stupid shit. First off, and this is the other reason. Okay, we might be able to beat other YouTubers, but like we might lose some of our dudes. You know what I mean? We might lose a couple. I ain't gonna say who, but a couple might just be dead, and we just gonna keep going. So like, no, we're not trying.
So we could do the Renovision Special Olympics. Let's get this going.
Dom didn't sound confident. Oh, y'all slip it. I would not try Dom. Believe me, I would not try Dom. Hey, Dom. Now Dom's going on. Can we get? Hey, by the way, can we also bring in spouses? Because if we bring in spouses, it's game over. It is game the fuck over between his wife, my wife. Over. It's Wayseeker. I don't know your wife, but like, if your wife's like our wives, it's over. We won. Dude, Dom's wife's like a CrossFit champ or some shit, dude.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Yeah, we won. We
it's
won.
over. Game over. Game over. No, yeah, I just don't want any of us dying because what's going to happen is we've all got a lot of heart over here on Renovision, and somebody's going to push it too fucking hard.
You know, if this happens, I might run a 5K in a nub suit. That's what I might be doing for.
Oh, I would love to see that.
See, that's why if we were if it was Team Renovision, dude, if it was Team Renovision, we would just have to be, you know, we could just stack the events, two people for each event.
Yeah.
Over, dude, over.
Oh,
And with Ruben in it,
yeah, Ruben.
Listen, I'll wear a Boba Fett armor and I'll freaking run the.
Ruben's running around every day in like, you know, and then if we get some of the people, yeah, it's under. If we get some of the people behind the scenes too,
yeah.
No, I mean we have a lot of people.
No idea what event Styx is participating in though. I'm trying to figure that one out.
Pickle Fett is the real bounty hunter. Yep.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's a team event.
We can also have a pie eating contest.
No, what event would Styx be? I don't know, man. I don't know what event Styx is.
Styx can do the spitty bat, baby.
This is exactly what I'm saying. He's like, I don't want to be in a pine box yet.
I'm good to go.
I'll take the drinking contest too. By the way, we can play.
I know
that.
you win that one.
You can play that.
I'm done.
Ain't gonna be the first time I did it. Ain't gonna be the first time.
Last without it.
Ain't gonna be the first time. Ain't gonna be the first time nor the last. I'll take that one.
My wife was a champion Connect Four. Friggin' she won National Connect Four friggin' championship, and she just randomly went in it. And I'm like, Connect Four. She's like, yeah, when I was in high school, Connect Four champion. I'm like, really? Shit.
I'm telling you, that wouldn't even be fair. That down there wouldn't even be fair. That's not even close to being fair.
Yeah. No.
I mean, some of them people don't even get outside their house, bro. That ain't fair, dude. That just ain't fair. It ain't. Yeah. But yeah, dude, it'd be fun. We should probably, I don't know. It would be really foolish. We gotta find.
We should have, you know what we should have? We should meet in a neutral place and have a Renovision picnic and get everybody together.
It'd be really hard to do.
Super hard. But right on.
It'd be great. It'd have to be like in Hawaii. We'd have to all go to Hawaii or something.
I know.
Joe, it's not spelling, it's texting. As long as I'm not in a talk to text situation, I'm good to go.
Ooh, that he would come in last place.
You know what we'll do?
Talk to text.
Talk to text.
Talk to text is the.
Oh my gosh.
Listen,
I do. Yeah, the best part is I don't just do it on one device. I do because I have, you know, I got the work phone, the regular phone, the iPad, the other. It don't matter it does not matter what I use. It doesn't matter if I use the AI from Google, the AI from Apple. Microsoft AI doesn't work any better. It does not understand what I'm saying. And then Joe hasn't even been in one of the chats where I go full tirade on the text to talk because you know we're completely handless now. So you don't, but I could see some of it. And then trying to correct the text to talk to what I'm saying, those are the worst, dude. Those are the worst. Oh, Jesus,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh shit! If we put kids in, God, it'd be really over.
Yeah, that's funny.
Whew.
But
oh man,
yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta get going. Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of shows this week. It's a holiday
we also
week.
got Thanksgiving this week. I hope everyone has a good time. We're doing whatever you do. Eat some good food with your friends, your family,
exactly.
Whatever
Make
you do.
Sure
celebrate.
You feed that special one extra turkey so they fall asleep. You can play with their toys.
Dude,
and
not
Marco
happen.
said, bring your own gravy. That's what you
Bring
got.
your own gravy. Yeah,
Exactly.
bring your own gravy, dude. Because like even if they screw the food up, you just throw a little bit of gravy on it.
Well, what's the best part of Thanksgiving that you guys like the most?
Pie, pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie?
Gravy.
Gravy?
Yeah, because like you can put it on everything, so it doesn't matter.
I love the stuffing. The stuffing, and I also love big sweet potato when they make sweet potato.
But see, this is the problem with stuffing, though. Do you like all stuffing, or is there just a certain stuffing you like?
Yeah, that's the same thing with sweet potatoes. Like with marshmallows, no marshmallows, it's complicated.
Overcooked, undercooked, mushy. Like bro, at this point, how it goes, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody's cooking, but there's a certain way I like things, and it's mainly the way I cook them, and that's it. So, like, bring gravy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. No, in bags. Yeah. You get it. You get them in the like little twist bags or whatever, like that you can store booze in, and then you can just pour it out your shirt. Keep it warm right here. Keep it right here. Keeps it warm. Warm gravy coming out.
Yeah.
Candy yams, same things, kind of sweet potatoes. Yeah.
Candy yams. Awesome.
Me and Tim T always agree. It's good to see.
Yeah. I mean, so this is the question. Do you like store-bought pumpkin pie, or do you like the one that they use the peat milks and that you make by yourself?
You gotta make it yourself. Yeah. Got to. I more and more now, I'm getting away from this. I used to love honey glazed hams, but the last couple times, the people who I have to go to holidays with have not made the hams that I like anymore. And I'm like, yo, can somebody else just make,
pumpkin pie is awesome. I like sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie.
See, this is a big thing. Like, a lot of people are like this. Like, it's like, yo, some people just don't like it. I mean, I think it's good. But
do you know what goes good with pumpkin?
What's
peanut butter? Peanut butter and pumpkin are really great together.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's one that my mom makes a pineapple stuffing cake. It's called pineapple stuffing, but it's kind of the same type of thing. It doesn't have coconut on it, but like people love it. That doesn't go in the bird. But yeah.
No.
You don't like the stuff
next week?
You don't like fat? The bird's fat coming out of the turkeys. That's what makes it no. Well, then how do you guys like gravy? Because you use the same fat to make the gravy, don't you?
Yeah. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. There. You know, family, football, and fun. You know, just have a good time and be safe.
Oh wait, are we gonna beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving?
I don't know. We'll see.
I think you're.
Are we playing them? If we're playing them, we're beating them.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys played today, so we have a short week, so we can see what happens. You know?
Did you see what happened with us?
Yeah.
You won.
Yeah, he came out and threw 3 right off the bat, came back. Ooh.
Yep. This is interesting. So I'm a Browns fan. He's a Lions fan. The last time both the Browns and the Lions were 7-3 was the year that we landed on the moon.
That's not true, because the year that the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl, they were more than 7-3.
Browns weren't there.
Yeah, it was the Baltimore Ravens. That's the team.
That's not the team. You can't do that.
Team.
You can't do that.
You can't that shit up. Went to Baltimore, won a championship. That's who that is.
That's who that is. It's a different team.
No, you're a different team.
We kept our records. That's a different team.
If you want to get technical, the last time Detroit and the Browns were 7-3, and you said we walked on the moon, the fake moon landing. End of story.
You've fallen off an edge at this point. This is why children bite you.
We're gonna call you Kyrie Irving. Come on, you guys be talking about how the Earth is flat pretty soon here.
Nope, the Earth is round. I'm telling you, the moon landing is fake as shit. Watch Wag the Dog. You'll see what happens.
Next week, if
a made-up movie. Okay, you got it. You got it, bro.
If we can pull it off, we're gonna be looking at 1-100s. Kind of have a conversation about that.
Oh, don't tell them what we're gonna do because they're gonna.
Yeah. We gotta do something. And you know, Dom's working on something. We'll see if Dom actually gets to it. But Dom's got a cool idea for toys. So let's make it happen.
Apple pie is another one. Apple pie can be really good or can be really bad also. So
fried apple pie is good. Give me fried apple pie, but that's the way I eat it.
But good. It is gross, but good. Yeah, it is gross, but good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want that bullshit where you're putting that. Those apples better be almost like you better have some brown sugar, like glazed, like tons of butter and brown sugar in that bitch. I don't want raw ass fucking apples, crunchy ass apples in an apple pie.
Also, I might have a live stream eating Thanksgiving dinner just for everybody.
Dressed up as Boba Fett, please. Dress up as Boba Fett while you're doing that.
Have the helmet on.
Yeah.
Turkey.
All right. What is it? I don't know what everybody's talking about. Well, I'm glad. You know what? I've never had pecan pie.
Actually, pecan pie is good.
Dub up here. Dub spent a lot of time down south. Like pecan pie is not really a thing out here.
It's also sweet too. It's also very sweet. So you gotta.
It's not my favorite.
I was with you. I was born the year, landed on the moon. Dang, tinfoil hat.
See, this is the thing. Like, eventually, I hope, like, a lot of, eventually, I hope, I don't hope my parents or my in-laws pass away, but eventually, I'm looking for a day where we get to host a Thanksgiving, because I will not be serving some bullshit. Like, we'll be serving things I like. Key lime pie will be at Thanksgiving. It will be turkey, ham, and it will be honey baked ham, and it will have the crispy glaze on it, and it will be warm served, but not overcooked served. Okay, we will have both the pineapple stuffing because my wife likes it.
Do you make a lasagna too?
Oh yeah, I make a badass lasagna, bro. Like handmade, soaked noodles, pull it, layer. Use fennel sausage, like bulk, usually ground through. So I hand grind this shit out. Then drop stewed tomatoes on top, ricotta, extra sugar in the ricotta, and then mozzarella, straight cut buffalo, and then I actually put provolone, believe it or not, in one layer to add into the flavor. 5 layers deep in the oven, bake one time.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you know what? Not Parmesan on top, Romano, straight Romano Picano, but like 15-year all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. But no, yeah. So and then lasagna a lot of time. But we have lasagna. My mom does lasagna. So
Yeah, Dom has a lot of Domspiracies, so check it out. Mondays.
Domspiracies.
Yep.
All right. Make it, dude. There's a salad that this is gross. Okay, so gross, but so good. There's a salad that my mom makes. It's a spinach salad. Like, it's the worst fucking salad you can have, right? It's a spinach salad with bean sprouts in it, raw ass bean sprouts in it. What's the fucking lettuce that nobody buys? The one that doesn't taste like shit but water.
Iceberg?
Iceberg. It's iceberg, but it's like 12% iceberg lettuce, 70% fucking spinach, okay, with the stems still on, not baby spinach, like spinach.
Sure.
And then raw as shit, and then like 10% Brussels sprouts, right? But here's the fixings: hard-boiled eggs, bacon, and then the sauce is made out of the dripping from the bacon, and it's this red sauce that's really thick and sweet as shit. Bro, lights out.
It doesn't sound good, but the dressing has got to make it.
And I'll tell you this, what you don't do is overdress that fucking salad, because you want to overdress it. But if you overdress that salad, you will be like this. You will 3-button over, and you'll be like, what the fuck did I do to myself? What the fuck did I do to myself? So, like, don't overdo the dressing, because the dressing is the best part, but somehow fucking makes that nonsense mess fucking phenomenal. The grossest thing, though, besides that, is, do you guys ever do the bean and Brussels sprout, like warm cream cheese set? So,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. No.
It's good. But
the only way I want my Brussels sprouts is if they're fried. Fried Brussels
It's gross, but what's awesome is when you're a kid, like, especially if you like play sports and stuff and you got a bunch of cousins, like eating all that shit and then playing either hockey in the basement or basketball outside and just farting on each other. Especially, I mean, I grew up with a bunch of brothers and a lot of my cousins are males. Best time ever, because you fucking stank. Like, you stank for like a good 12 hours. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. He's got to go up top. All right. You brought up all food, and now they're saying you're eating fruit salad. So, all right. We'll see you guys all later. Where's the exit thing? Dom, you can't start a conversation and then be like, I got to be out.
No, I'm just saying it's not a conversation. Everybody's talking about.